Niger Republic has met with an avalanche of criticism. Buhari said he will leave the country for neighboring Niger Republic if his retirement is disturbed at his hometown in Daura, Katsina State. Buhari stated this during a banquet organized for him by the Federal Capital Territory residents led by the minister, Mohammed Bello, during a Salah celebration now. Mohammed Bello, he also thanked Nigerians for tolerating him. The president said he is from the extreme corner of Nigeria, Daura in Katsina State, which is just 8 kilometers from the Niger Republic. Chairman Middle Belt Forum, Dr. Beatrice Pogus, joins us to react to the Buhari statement on retiring to Niger Republic. I want to say thank you very much for joining us today. First of all, just to open up the discussions here today, what do you make of this news? Do you think people are just making a mountain out of a molehill by saying that Buhari decided to retire to Niger Republic is a big deal?
Oh, it's a big deal. I mean, the first citizen of Nigeria who would have served Nigeria for 8 years, given the best kind of protection, being the president, somebody Nigeria has invested in, to say after retirement or after leaving office, if people should disturb him, he will relocate. It's very sad. It meant that he was never committed to this country in the first place. Otherwise, this is a person who is supposed to stick it out, even if this country is burning, after he leaves office, and be a statesman and ensure that the country survives. Not to think of himself and to feel just because people might disturb him, then he would relocate. I don't know what he was thinking about when he made that statement, but it's very sad that Mr. President made that statement, and it should serve what the response should serve by all others, not only myself, should serve as a warning to any other leader that you are here as a Nigerian leader to serve Nigeria, whether in office or out of office, and not to shy away or run away when things get tough on you as an individual. So it's unfortunate that statement was made, and we pray that if it was made in error, he should come out and tell Nigerians, look, he was joking, but if it was even a joke, it's a joke that went too far. Nigeria is a country, and Nigerians have vested so much in President Buhari by electing him into office as president and giving him all the privileges that a president deserves. And when he leaves office, he should remember and continue to serve Nigeria, not to run away just because of pressures.
Yeah.
Beatrice, a lot of Nigerians believe, and you even said it, that statement means that he's not been committed, to serving Nigeria, that he's distant from reality. But at the same time, too, I would also like us to point out that the president has been saying it for a while, that he's tired and that he's actually looking forward to retirement. So I'm wondering if there's any lesson we can learn from here. When a president is tired, is it compulsory that the president stays into power until the handover date? When a president is tired, shouldn't the president retire instead of, putting the country through hardship and unnecessary stress, and then at the end of the day talks about running away from the country if he's been disturbed?
It's correct. If he had known that he was tired ab initio, he should have retired even before now. But the issue here is not just being tired or being unhealthy or whatever it is. It's a question of commitment. Here you are as a president, somebody who has served this country for 8 good years, who will retire from service just few days from now, because today we are marking the first day of May. And for him to make such a statement is just that to say that, yes, gentlemen, I served you, but all along, you are not my priority.
Yeah.
When I leave, if you continue putting pressure on me, I'll go to where my priority has always been.
Sure.
That's the kind of statement, and it's unfortunate that we need to forget about sentiments in this country and invest our polls or our votes on people who we believe would be so committed to this country, whether in office or not. And it raises so many questions. Just as you noted that if somebody is tired, he should retire. In Nigeria, people don't want to retire. They want to be pushed out of office. But we should have people who are really committed to this country, serving as leaders. And when they know that they lack capacity in whichever way, they should come out boldly and say, fellow Nigerians, I feel and I believe that I lack capacity to continue as president, and I'm withdrawing to allow somebody more competent to continue. Even some of the contestants we have now, some of them look tired, look haggard. But all the same, it looks like everybody wants a job of being a president of Nigeria, one of the most powerful presidents in this country, provided by our constitution, because our constitution vests so much in the president that he can do and undo. So I think something needs to be done so that we can have a better country. And then our institutions have to be also strengthened to be able to create the right checks and balances for this country to run well.
All right, Dr. Beatrice.
Thank you very much, Dr. Beatrice. Beatrice, I really do appreciate this man for saying it how it is. Okay, are they attacking us now? Can you guys still see me at all? I can't navigate. I don't know what's happening here. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. I guess everybody can hear me. You know, Dr. Beatrice have said it how it is. That's why I actually brought that video here for you guys to hear it out yourself. Okay, let me quickly appreciate Steve Gospel. Steve Gospel, can you hear me again now? Mr. Steve Gospel, can you hear me?
Mr. Steve Gospel, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, my brother.
Okay, thank you. I just want to thank you. Thank you very much earlier on for choosing to become a member of our platform. Thank you. I really do appreciate you, sir. Thank you. God bless you.
Platform. Thank you. I really do appreciate you, sir. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I really do.
Okay. Let's move on, my people. Thank you. Okay. Before I will start on the speech of Mr. Peter Obi, you know, where he said, I will go all the way to reclaim my mandate. I like that. You know, my mandate is very, very bold, and is very, very optimistic with this journey. I like that. It's a boost for many of us that is doubtful. So we'll be taking on that shortly. Guys, please continue to help us to press on the like button and share, you know, and we'll have a $sign right there. Help us to click on it. And those of you that send us some money, I want to say somebody sent me 10,000 naira and 20,000 naira about a day or two ago. I want to say I've received it now. Thank you very much, my people. Even though you send the receipts, but I think Nigerian bank were having issue, but this morning they finally released the money. So I promised I will certainly come back here to announce that. Thank you very much, my people. But before we move on to the speech of Mr. Peter Obi, I would like us to listen to this because Sir Iwanya is calling Buhari to release Nnamdi Kanu before 29th of May. Let's listen to him.
And when we do this, I think our people will be very, very happy. Well, talking about Nnamdi Kanu, it has to do with our security. Now, Nnamdi Kanu has been incarcerated for quite a long time. We actually, our position is that the law should take its turn, but the law, the court have released him. The court have released him, and we in Ohanes and Debo feel that there is no justifiable reason whatsoever to still keep him in prison when he has been released. So that is why.
A moment, I'm bringing this on your screen right now. Okay, yes, here you go. And I guess we can read this all together. You know, as you all know that all these adverts is not what I like. You guys know that I fight with these adverts all the time. Okay, you can see that I will go all the way to reclaim my mandate. Mr. Peter Gregory Obi. Then you talk that one. That's my principal. I know I will always be proud by supporting him. You know, okay, yes, let me read from here. The Labour Party LP presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, has reiterated that he will explore all ways to ensure that he reclaim his alleged stolen mandate. Obi stated this while speaking during a Labour Party stakeholders meeting in Akwa. Okay, we'll move on. The former Anambra State governor vowed to explore all legal options in ensuring he reclaims his mandate. Recall that Obi came third in the February 25th presidential election. The Labour Party presidential candidate was defeated by the president-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu of all the Progressive Congress APC and Atiku Abubakar of the People Democratic Party PDP. Now, so INEC took him. Okay, so that is why we are questioning the process. Meanwhile, I'll continue. Since the declaration of Tinubu as the winner of the poll by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Obi had insisted he won the election as he headed to court to contest the outcome of the poll. In a tweet via his verified Twitter about the meeting, he stated, "Earlier, I interacted with the Anambra State Labour Party stakeholders in Akwa. The meeting was quite animated and constructive. Part of our discussion centered on the way forward for the party." Unquote. I reassured them of my readiness to go all the way, explore every available legal option to ensure that we get our mandate back. I appreciated all the support so far. I assured them of mine. Paul. That was him. That's Peter Obi. So hearing things like this put a lot of smile and hope, energy to especially some of us that is fighting for better Nigeria every single day. We need things like this, you know, that can boost our hope. So yes, I appreciate every one of you. For now, that is all we have for you. We might probably have a second segment depending on the time. So I'd like to start hearing from my people right now. Please, my people, help us to press on the like button and share as we go on this quick 30 seconds break. As we come back, then we kickstart. God bless you all. Thank you.
You are the pillar that holds my life. You are the pillar that holds my life. Master Jesus, you are the pillar that holds my life. Lily of the body, you are the pillar that holds my life. You are the pillar that holds my life. You are the pillar that holds my life. Lion of the night, you are the pillar. Chickadee, you are the pillar. Daddy, you are the pillar that holds my life. Lion of Judea.
You are the pillar that holds my life.
Anywhere.
You are the pillar that holds my life.
Hey, yeah.
Master Jesus, you are the pillar that holds
You
my
are.
life.
You are the
Master
pillar.
Jesus, you are the pillar that holds
right. Thank you very much, my people. We're back now. So I'd like to hear from our people here. I have my wonderful panelists lined up here. I guess we have one spot left. Let me see. Okay, oh, he's filled up again. Okay, thank you very much. Give us a mandate. You're the first person. The second person is Prince. So let me come with you. Give us a mandate. Please talk to us. Good evening to you once again. What's your take on what I've presented so far?
Good evening to you. Hopefully, I'm coming out well.
Yes. We can hear
thank you for always coming to do this. Truly appreciate your sincerity, your patriotism, and then all of the energy that you bring into this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
God will continue to bless you and provide for you, guide you, and strengthen you. Thank you. Let me quickly take one, maybe a few minutes on the comment section to see how many likes we have. People, can we please take this like to about 350 before? Just press on the like button. You know, when you are driving, America, you will say just press on the gas.
Yeah, I think they will be doing that. Guys,
Yeah.
continue to press on the like button. We currently have 341.
Yeah.
Take it to at least 400. You know,
Because this is how we can actually make our voices to go far and make good Nigerians and then the satanic people also to hear us and then fear and quickly do what they need to do for us to reclaim this mandate. Now, going to the NLC, I mean, what more can you say? Peter Obi is the president of the people. Buhari is a worker. The Senate president is a worker. The House of Rep, their speaker is a worker. So there's no other place that Peter Obi can be this morning in Nigeria rather than to be with the people. He's the president of the people. He has to show up there and go speak. The sad thing is that before this rally today, before now, NLC usually use Eagle Square for their parade. But these satanic people, these wicked men, decide they will not allow them to use Eagle Square. But I thank God for the energy, the organization, the cooperation, the unity of the NLC. They went on Abuja street. They went on the street, which is even more better. Instead of us being in one place, let's take the street. This is just a glimpse of what is coming should Tinubu become their president in their dream, because it will not come to pass a reality. It will always be in their dream. Eagle Square belongs to Nigerians. And you said because you are renovating that place for May 29, well, you decide that NLC will not use the place. And the president selected by INEC cannot say, allow them to use it now. They are workers. If it was Peter Obi, what do you think Peter Obi would do? We tell them, no, go and use the place. Wicked men, wicked people. But thank God for Peter Obi showing up. Thank God for coming up and speaking in that occasion. Very encouraging. Very encouraging. And I put something in the private chat here. Honestly, if we take that action, these people can they'll be thrown out within 1 day. You have just few people holding the nation at ransom, just few men. So I mean, on that one, very eloquent, very nice. There was no need to expect the president select by INEC because he was elected. He wasn't elected. So there's no need to expect him there. Can he even show up there? Because allegedly now we hear that his doctors were flown into Nigeria for emergency treatments. Allegedly. So you cannot expect him there. Tinubu, drop this mandate. You cannot do it. Don't kill yourself. I'm just yellow money. Drop this thing, just drop it. You cannot do it. You cannot. Just drop it. Apart from health, apart from physical ability, apart from you cannot do it. You cannot. You just want to kill yourself. More so, you stole the mandate. You stole it. I don't know which kind of trouble be this one. No. You steal, then catch you say you steal. You see the tell and say, more go court now. I don't know the kind country we did now. Only God and go help us. Well, when it comes to Buhari is just telling us that, guys, when I listen, I have dual citizenship too. If you not trouble me here, I dey go Niger. Because in the first place, I am not from Nigeria. I'm from Niger. But thank God for that man, the man from Plateau Jos, Dr. Beatrice. Mutun Grima. Very, very, very nice man. See how he spoke. Now compare what Buhari said to what Peter Obi said. Peter Obi said, I am not going anywhere anytime soon. If I am outside this country and there is war, I will come back to Nigeria. You can look for that comment. Peter Obi said it. He said, Nigeria is my home. I am not going anywhere. If I am outside the country and there is war, I will come back to Nigeria. Now you have a president that is about to leave power. When you know you are tired, why not retire? If you are tired, then retire. It's not by force. But only in Africa, people will not retire because they like to steal. They like to do evil. Only this man, this wicked president, make us now know that in their culture, as Fulanese, they value the life of a cow more than the life of a human being. That means you can place Buhari and then place a cow. And when they ask Buhari's kingsmen, which one do you want? Which one do you guys like? They will say cow. The life of a cow worth more to Buhari than the lives of Nigerians. Little you imagine what they are doing in Sudan. Other countries of the world went to Sudan without analyzing how much they spent. Have you seen Nigerian people, the Ministry of Humanitarian, telling they were doing mathematics on how much it will cost them to bring Nigerians back? When US, man, God bless America. We even went there with drones, warship. And these wicked men, Nigerians are still there. They are analyzing $1.2 million. That's what they are analyzing on national TV. When you have Nigerians dying in Sudan, that's already in Sudan. And this man said, if they trouble him in Daura, he'll go to Niger. Who is waiting for you to even finish your tenure? Please quickly go to Niger, because the one we don't do was don't do. In 2015, you said you are a general, and your vice said he's a pastor. A good combination to tackle Boko Haram. I have seen how you guys have tackled Boko Haram. Both you general and you pastor. Posterity now go judge you now. Then to Wanyahu said it. He just cleared the hair. I am a Yoruba man, always proud to say it. The ones that are troubling the Igbos they are bastards. They do not represent us. And only if one Yoruba elders can come out and speak like Wanyahu came out today and speak to clear the air, that the ones that are doing all of these things they are the bastards. And he said it as he's running up, that if you hire a thug, a murderer, it will come back to you. And that's what is happening now. Tinubu said it. Power is not serve a la carte. You grab it, you snatch it, you run with it. And you want to be a president? Me, a Yoruba man, I stand against you. You can never be the president of Nigeria. God will not allow it. God will not allow it. I mean, what more can we say? Thank you very much, Mr. Eldis, for all that you do. To that article, wonderful article. We will fight for this money to get it back. Thank you so much.
God bless you. Thank you very much. Give us a mandate. Thanks for your submission. Okay, Prince, Mr. Prince, please unmute yourself, sir, and talk to us in the next 8 minutes.
Yes, Mr. Elvis, I believe give us our mandate have already, touched most of the stuff that I have in mind, and he did justice to it. Sincerely speaking, I kind of like in the psychology field. One of the things that we encourage people to do is that sometimes, if a particular thing is troubling you, build or develop what is called a coping skill. What is the coping skill? To some people is to talk about the particular subject. To some people is just to, be positive, think about the future, Why am I saying this? For some days now, in so many platforms, I've decided not to talk about Jagaban. Why am I saying that? Just like he said, that calling Funke Akindele's name to him is an insult. To me, I feel talking about a criminal who wants to be a president, it's also an insult to me. So I'll leave it at that. For him, I just love everybody's optimistic, views. He will never be the president, even if he gets there. I still believe God will work wonders. Things will happen. Talking about Peter B, I don't know. Peter B is very synonymous with hope. When you hear him speak, when you hear, when you see him smile, whatever you see, wherever he goes, it's that positive vibe, that moves people towards him. Instead of repelling them, it's moving people towards him. So many people have said that, especially the Igbo politicians, he's this, he's that, and all that stuff. But he has never come out to insult anybody. He still kept that positive vibes. Iwanya who spoke well, but where I have a fault with him is, I think he's trying to be diplomatic, is where he's trying to say, that Sonwolu is not a bad person. He's trying, he tried for the Igbos and all that kind of a thing. He should know that these people are crooks. And no matter what you tell me that Sonwolu is, even in the Bible or somewhere, it says, show me your friend and I will tell you what you are. He's dining and mingling with criminals. He has never for one day come out to say, things that were done during the during the elections or whatever it is, take responsibility for it. He has never come out to say that. But for Iwanya to come out and say, that he's a nice person, no. If I stand in front of him with all due respect, I will tell him, sir, I disagree with you on this particular issue. We will all continue to be one. Like I said before, I am not evil. My origin is even from Kogi, Igala and all that stuff. That's where my origin is from. However, I'm a Nigerian, and I believe that the few, my years of being in Nigeria, I've traversed different sections of Nigeria. The only place I've not spent a lot of time is in the north, But when you talk about South, Cross River, Edo State, you talk about Anambra, you talk about Enugu, all those areas. I've actually stayed in there. I've lived with them. I know who they are, and I've also stayed in the West. Talking about Lagos, I have friends from Lagos, from Oyo, and all that kind of a thing. The thing is, it is just the politicians' way, just to divide and conquer. That's their own. Once they do all that nonsense, at the end of the day, if you really take your mind back, a few days ago, those people who went to visit Jagaban, you'll be like, oh wow, now they are deserting Buhari, and now going to that's the new cake that they're about to inherit. For Buhari, one thing I need, the question I ask is, who can ever be like Gani Fawemi? Who can ever be like Gani Fawemi? Because I know if Gani Fawemi is still alive, Gani Fawemi would have taken Buhari to ICC. Especially wait for him when he leaves. When he leaves office, he will be served. Because we might say, oh, he never did this, he never did that. But he is a president. Why those things have been done? Why people have been massacred? No matter what, in Benue State, in Lagos State, in every other place. And look at impunity. Look at how it is that the court will say something and they will never follow through. They will never follow through with anything. At some point, they say, "Oh, the money that they were changing the money just because of the fact that there were people stocking money somewhere." That. Today, we are not even seeing the new money from the information I got, and I don't think by December that they will even make that change. I don't think so. I would love to be proven wrong, but I don't see that happening. It's just their ways. It's just their tactics. But the place they got it wrong is that people are now wise and exposed. If they think they can fool everybody, I'm sorry. It will never happen. However, I'm looking forward to him, even if he it's even if he lives today and wants to go to Niger, he can as well go, because we saw this coming. He has invested in Niger. They have rail done by him, and I believe he has a house there, because you cannot tell me that he's gonna go to Niger and live on the streets. And at the same time, I was also hearing him the other day thanking El Rufai and talking about how El Rufai built something for him in Kaduna. And I'm saying, built something for him in Kaduna? Are you saying that Kaduna State took money from their budget to build a house for the president or someone soon to be ex-president? Those are all lawlessness. Lawlessness. I use my time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I can see the passion. Thanks for your submission. God bless you. All right. Let me quickly come to the next person here. Madam Patricia, good evening to you once again. Please talk to us in 8 minutes. Okay, Madam Patricia, you are not there. Okay. Mr. Ike, thank you very much, sir, for your patience. Please talk to us.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you. You can hear me?
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay, I want to start with Chief Emmanuel Iwanyang, whom I used to know. I was in his presidential campaign in those days, in the early 90s, when it was NRC and SDP. I was one of his campaign catchers in Kaduna there, so I came to know him. He is a man of many parts. He has made it for himself. He's a multi-billionaire for since 1978. So I think his connections in Nigeria, I think, is a very good thing that he's the president of Ohanese at this present time. I know that he played politics of and nationalism. If you watch his statement, he was trying to be diplomatic, like the last speaker said, but he's a man of his word. He's a very strong man. He's not going to be afraid of anybody because you are not going to give him anything. So I think in this present time, it was good that he is the president of Ohanese. Concerning what he said in Oka, I'm happy that he cleared the air here. He cleared the air. The other time, Shehu interviewed him in Channel. I watched it. This is what we see in Nigeria today. We remember what happened with our principal and Ojedepo. This is what politicians are doing. And I think it was very clear and straight about politicians and political leaders who use criminals as people who work for them. And so it's a very big lesson to everybody. And there was never a time the Igbos are saying Yorubas are political rascals. No, we know the people that are involved. We know the people that have caused the frictions. And what Afenifere stand for, and other people in Yoruba land, we have a very good relationship with the Yorubas. Emmanuel Iwanyamu has investment everywhere in Lagos. So we are who we are. Wherever we go, we call it a home. We invest. We become part of the people. And, our businesses and our, infrastructures in every part of Nigeria is part of, developing the cities and towns and villages where we find ourselves. It's our lives. We are Republican. That's where we live. Anywhere we go, it becomes our home. There are so many people who live in Europe, where we live outside Nigeria today, who are not ready to build a home or do something. They prefer, building a house in Nigeria, yes. But an Igbo man, wherever you go, you have the opportunity to establish yourself because that's your home. This is with us. It's not anything, but this is where the life of an Igbo man has been cultured. So, and nothing is not going to stop that. So I think it was a very good statement he made, and he covered all the ground. And I think that is a very good, election for the Ohanese in this time around. So it was good. Our principal at the NLC, he is the president that is speaking like a president. So he is acting like president. Where is the selection president? Where is he? Even your president, where is he? The present president, where is he? So P2B is, P2B has positioned himself already as president in waiting. Every of his actions, every statement he makes, he's speaking with power, he's speaking with authority, he's speaking with conviction. He's not just speaking, he's not just making statements, but he's speaking with authority because he knows what he's talking about. And I think, like as you said, when you are giving us what this should be able to, lighten the minds of obedience and patriotic Nigerians around the world that we are not giving up. Anybody who knows P2B should know his tenacity. He's a man that never give up. He's a man who has, he came from nothing to become somebody. So he knows it all. He knows the Nigerian political terrain. He knows what is before him. He knows what he's facing. He knows the mountain that is standing before him. But he's a man that never give up. And those who has come in contact with him will confess that to you. So I am happy. He spoke in Oka with labor people, and like as you read, he assured them that he's standing still and nothing is going to change that. So we are happy. Concerning our president, who has few days to go, listen, the president has been tired for 8 years. He don't know what was going on in his administration for 8 years. He doesn't have control of anything. There are cabals who are ruling Nigeria. About 3 or 4 people in Asoro that are running the affairs of Nigeria, that are running, calling the shot in Nigeria. So his Nigeria has never been in his mind. He has always he came to fulfill his dream of becoming a president after being a military president, and his 8 years has shown us what he had for Nigeria. So if he said that he's going to Niger, is he going to surprise anybody? Where he has gone to build a railway, where workers, federal ministry cannot pay Nigerian workers, and they bought about 500 jeeps to give Niger. Or how many jeeps they bought last year for Niger government? I can't remember. I don't want to exaggerate, but I know that they bought so many jeeps for the government of Niger. So this is what it is. Should we surprise you? No. Is to tell you that these people, they have no interest of anybody in their heart. They fulfill their mission, they fulfill their vision, they fulfill their ambition, and that is it. And look at how Nigeria has been reduced to nothing. Look at what is happening in Sudan. You see the shame that they are bringing to Nigeria in the national television, arguing about 1.2 million. $1.2 million that was released for, to rescue Nigerians. Why should that 1.2 million be a problem? Nigeria has everything. The warship, the navy. There are so many things that Nigeria as a big country should do that any other country will not be able to do. But look at where we have been reduced to. Egypt here refused Nigerians to come in unless they show visa, and we say we are members of African Union. And look at the way we have been disgraced by Egyptians. Look at the way Nigerians have been treated. There is no organization. The embassy doesn't know what they have to do. The Ministry of External Affairs doesn't know what to do. The military are saying a different thing. The Navy are saying a different thing. The presidency is speaking of in another form. Do we have a country in the first place? We don't have a country. If Nigeria was supposed to be a country, tell me any nation in Africa that will be able to stand Nigeria in anything. Nigeria has been a country that has been defending countries of Africa. We fought every war in South Africa. We fought the war in Sierra Leone. We fought the one in Liberia. Nigeria defended Mozambique, Namibia, Uganda, South Africa, Zimbabwe. We fought and we gave them independence. And look at Nigeria today. In Sudan here, Nigeria has been reduced to nothing. Look at our citizens that have been disgraced around the world, being shown on social media what the federal government of Nigeria cannot, with all the whole corruption that is at the seat of power, with all the whole money that they have made, with all the whole money they're throwing about to their families and friends, with all their private jets, with all the whole fleet of presidential jets that they have in Asoro, they cannot rescue Nigerian citizens. This is the country we have found. So if he said that he's going to Niger, should you surprise anybody? He let him go to Niger. That is always where he had wanted to be. He has been able to fulfill his ambition of becoming president of Nigeria, and he has come to divide Nigeria more than what he found Nigeria to be before. What is happening in Benue State today, the killing in Benue State. What has he said anything? The president-elect, has he said anything? More that you know how many lands that have been lost in Benue since after the election.
Thank you.
They decided to stop killing so that they can use human beings to conduct the election. After the election, they started killing, started raping women. This is the country. Where is your selected president? Was he made any statement since he came back? This is the country we have found ourselves. So, my brothers and sisters, we can. I don't have anything to tell to Buhari. He should leave, and when he leaves, posterity will judge every one of them. So this is the way I see it. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir, Mr. Ike. God bless you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, Joshua Ogbori. Thanks for the super chat and thanks for the wonderful message attached to it. Earlier on, Freedom Simple, thanks for the super chat and God bless you. And once again, Lady Eugenia, thank you very much for the super chat. God bless every one of you, my good people. All right, guys, help us to share and like and hit on the dollar sign. Support what we do here. We really do appreciate it. Thank you. Ines TV, sir, please talk to us. Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Good evening, Mr. Elvis, and good evening to the panelists. I have listened carefully, and I think a lot of the panelists here have talked a lot about Nnamdi Kanu's case, that he should be released, and I think so too, because even the court has said he should be released. So it's just the federal government that is just flexing their muscles, you know, to show us that they have the power. If not, it should have been released some 2-3 months back. So anyway, I liked the way he spoke. He was very diplomatic. That is Sir Owanyao, very diplomatic, and he happy to the government. You know, there's this saying that if a mad woman takes your child, you have to politely talk to the mad woman so that he will be able to give you the child in peace and not in pieces. So I think that is a very good approach that he uses. Then as for our principal, first of Primero de Mayo, that's 1st of May, is a day celebrated all over the world for labor, and for labor to invite him to come and talk as part of them, it's a plus to him, and I was very happy that he spoke as a president will speak. As for him becoming the president, he has said that he's going to do everything possible. He's going to do everything possible within his power. I know him. I've listened to him speak, and I know he would not give up. But the only thing that it is not 100% in his power. It depends on the judiciary too. It depends on the generality of Nigerians. By the time a lot of Nigeria keep.
Okay, sir. Mr. Ini,
Nigeria's hottest political issue go from here. And the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, is still with me in the studio. Thank you very much indeed for staying with us.
Thank you for having me, Charles.
Now let's turn to the president-elect Bola Tinubu, whom, from what I read, you recently visited or were shown on social media to have visited. That suggests that you're making reconciliation moves. What are the reasons for that? And what would you say to your followers, the Obidients, who might, in a sense, feel betrayed by that move, if it did, in fact?
Charles, it did not happen. I've never visited him. I didn't. You know, these are one of the things I'm telling you. They've turned the whole thing into a joke. So what it is now is, what are we going to do to crush this person? What are we going to do to label him this? If it is not to label him tribal bigot, religious bigot, if it's not sticking, maybe we'll find his family, maybe have a love child somewhere, maybe all sorts of things. You know, duplicated identity, everything. Because I've been to the UK about 3 times this year this issue. So it's all about, oh, let's go to Washington and announce to them that is treason, that is involved in this, involved in that. Charles, I did not visit anybody.
Well, that was a wonderful one.
Thank you very much, Niger Watch, for voting me in as the Labour Party president. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my people. Listening to Mr. Peter Obi put a lot of smiles in my face anytime I hear this man speak.
Education is not a measure of integrity. Quote of the day by His Excellency, the President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, GCFR, Peter Gregory Obi. Yorubas bigotries, Yorubas that are political talks. Sit down and watch this video. Make it a movie for yourself and your family today. Thank you. God bless.
All right. Let me quickly say this. You know, Mr. Peter Obi, arise. I want to say the kind of questions that Arise like to ask Peter Obi all the time. I'm not saying, you know, we have anything to hide, because I trust my principal can always answer all the questions, but the boldness, the way they try to treat Peter Obi is not nice, to be honest. You know, if we have, for example, Atiku or Tinubu on that same seat, do you think Arise can ask them, for example, ask Tinubu of his drug accusation? Or
my chairman, can I quickly come in there? Let me help you.
Mr. Najawash, I'm happy that you are the one saying it, because if I say that, people will say I'm very aggressive. I'm very aggressive.
Let me
it's
quickly
a fact.
help you.
There is a compromise. They hate Obi with all passion, across the board.
It's a total disrespect for him, and it's not nice.
No, I think it's particular to Charles. Charles is
even Abati.
Abati is number one. Ruben Abati is number one. He's the chief.
Why? You know, look at all the questions that we're asking. Like,
please,
I am happy for him because he cleared everything, so it's good. It's a win. It's a win.
Let me listen, please. What everybody is contributing right now is going to the right direction. I'm not saying anybody is saying something wrong, but let us understand one thing. Now, when I'm fighting for you at times, there are some certain things that will be said about you. People will be nothing about you, rumoring around you. At times, I want to hit it hard, so that I want to put some people to shame. I will let them now hear it directly from the horse's mouth. Your response to what they are saying, their satanic thinking about you, the way you will nail it and hit it. They later from behind the scene, I will not call them. How did you feel after this interview? I did not hide words. I hit the words the way it is. When he answered, how did you not feel? Yes, the people would not respond. Oh yes, but what? I tell you, some of these things when they do it, you don't know the motive, what motivated that question, that reaction, and the way they placed it. You cannot judge what was in their mind.
Okay.
But yes, sorry, my brother, I understand what you are saying, but it's very obvious from the election time till now. Once they see Peter Obi, it's like you've a dog bone. They want to grind him. There is this bias. But once they see Atiku, Excellency, sir, sir, and they don't ask them strong questions. Tinubu doesn't even appear at all, and they don't do anything about that. That's our pain. Tinubu does not appear with reckless abandon, with total neglect. The guy is just there. No, and Arise and Chinese will never hammer on that.
Alex, listen to me. Alex, listen to me. Tinubu can never appear. Do you know why? He can never stand 5 minutes without this product going to rubbish him. They will give him a very mild question.
Then let the media criticize him. So even though he cannot appear, how come the same media are not criticizing him? Arise and Channel should be criticizing him often, every day. You know, they don't talk. They're always bypassing, escaping the relevant.
Listen, Niger Watch. 4 days ago, in this your station, we discussed one thing, that why is it that the richest Nigerian man don't always come when it comes to evacuating Nigerians? What is what is he not giving to the nation, Nigeria, with this type of situation? Do you know what happened today? Today, Dangote have not come out to say he's going to join hands with
he's always waiting for them at the airport. He will say he will have to settle them in. He's always doing that. The man is also one of them.
You can imagine that now. But just 4 days ago, for you to know that this your Niger Watch, you don't know where it goes. You don't know where it goes.
Can I say something? Can I say something? Sorry, Mr. I don't.
Okay, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, my system is a little bit funny. Yeah, I think we should count it a plus. You know, even though it's been, you know, it's feel like they are biased, but I think the fact that that even brings out the person of our principal. It brings out his quality, you know, and capability as a person. And I think
God bless you, my sister.
you know,
God bless you.
good, because the more they try to antagonize, the more love we have for him, the more, you know, people get to know him, that this man really is the person that Nigerians have been waiting for that change. So I think we should be grateful that they are doing.
That's what I said from the beginning, that despite that our principal have answers to all their questions, but I still think that they should respect him or treat everybody equally. Yes, treat other candidates equally as well. You know, look at the labor put together that they did today, a Workers' Day. Tinubu was not there and he never cared, and media is not questioning him. They are not asking him why. What happened?
Mr. Elvis, I beg, forget it. Man, he's drinking Akamu. He's drinking Akamu.
They
Leave
know
me
that he's
alone.
not their president.
He's not the president-elect. He's selected, so leave me alone.
All right.
Listen to me, gentlemen. This one on his own is not even sure that he's coming there. So why will he be wasting time now?
Okay. All right. Let's move on. Let's talk on this.
Can I come in 10 seconds, please?
No. What?
Can I come in 10 seconds, please?
Who's talking?
Felix.
Yes, 10 seconds. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. In respect of all the questions they are asking, they are just trying to test his integrity. And for you to know he's capable for any question, just look at the question they ask him. What are you thinking about the May 29? Some of the people over there have been bought over. They want to know some of his secrets so that they will go and tell their principal.
Okay.
That's all.
Let me move on. Let me go back to Panelist TV. Then I'll come back to Madam Patricia. Panelist TV, I called you off there then before we started all this. So I would like you to use 5 minutes to talk about this so we can move on. Thank you, sir.
Hello.
We can't hear you, sir. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Okay, I think you're better now.
Okay.
We can't hear you. There's noise coming from your end, sir. You want us to come back to you? Your system is making noise.
Noise? No.
Yes, it is.
Let me see if I just.
No, we can't hear you, sir. It's disruptive. It's disruptive, sir. Just take that. It's not working.
Then it's not from my hand, then.
Okay, now I can hear you now. It's from your end.
No. I'm alone here.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
I will just quickly run up the whole thing because I know that the panelists are all itching to diagnose the interview that was so lovely. I also enjoyed it. But I want to quickly say something about the president saying if he is being troubled, he will be going to Niger Republic. That is, it looks as if most of us have forgotten. In 1985, when he was the military head of state, Buhari is the only president that have voted against his own country in favor of his tribe. This is a fact. You can check it out. In 1985, OAU election for the Secretary General. Guess what? Buhari voted for a Niger man, and his name is Adie Homora. And the person he voted against was a Nigerian, an Igbo man called Peter Onu. This is a man that has served as an ambassador in Germany and Moscow.
Bro, sorry, sir. Just to counter that a bit, if you can, if you can educate me a little bit. But the same Buhari in 1985 or so, or before then, he was able to dismantle Boko Haram. He chased them from Niger and from Chad and the rest. He single-handedly led the troop to defeat them in the 1980s as a general and as a military head of state. So you saying he voted for a Niger man is a bit contradicting. Maybe I'm the one that is wrong, but I can quote my source.
I am telling you that he voted for the Secretary General of OAU in 1985 against a Nigerian called Peter Onu. Check your facts out. Even Julius Nyerere of Tanzania spoke about the whole thing, how he did try to persuade him about voting against Peter Onu. This is a fact. I would not come here and tell you if I'm not sure, because I'm also taking a risk saying this. So I just want to quickly clear that part, that our president have always have that nostalgia feeling about Niger. He has said in one of the interviews that he still have cousins in Niger. So I was not surprised when he said that if we trouble him too much, he will go to Niger and settle down. So you can fact check me on this issue. 1985 OAU election for the Secretary General. Who did our president voted for? Then I just want to quickly run up that I enjoyed the interview with Peter Obi, and the reason why people always ask him such a question is because they know he would not send mercenaries or others against the TV station. That this is a man that is so clean, so free. So it's not as if, like, for example, channels got a fine for the interview that was granted Dati, and we all know who instigated that's fine. So that is why most of our journalists are free to interview Peter Obi, because they know he's an upright man, that he has character, capacity, and all the rest. So, like I said before, I know that you guys are ready to diagnose the interview, so I will just stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Ini. Thank you, sir. Okay, I would like to hear from Madam Patricia. Before Madam Patricia, please hold on. Let me quickly acknowledge C. Taylor and Joshua Ogbori. Thank you very much for the super chat. God bless you all. Appreciate you guys, please. Guys, please support us by pressing on the $sign. Encourage what we do here. You know, if, for example, we have 100 people that gives us $1 every day, you know, that will go a long way. To be honest, that will go a long way. We have bills to pay, we have staffs, we have, you know, it's not easy doing this job. Just encourage us. Don't think $1 is too small, or always support us. And for the likes, we currently have about 1,400 watching us across. On Niger Watch, we have about 900 or something there. We have 500 likes. Can we take that to 700, please? If you do that for us, that would be great. Please press on the likes, because I appreciate every one of you that have already pressed the likes. You know, as for the shares, we have 98 shares now. Thank you. If you can help us to increase that as well, that would be nice. God bless you all. Let me hear from Mother Patricia. Mother Patricia, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Please
Thank you.
talk to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Elvis. Thank you to everyone again. Yes, I will also want to go in this route. The president being tired and yet still holding on to office, tired and don't want to give up the power, and also saying that if Nigerians trouble him, he will run away to Niger. Wow, that speaks volume, you know. It speaks volume, because I mean that means he's not really what we think he is, because we thought he's the number one statesman, you know. And as a when he retires now, he's supposed to still be there to pass on, you know, the wisdom he gathered, the experience he gathered, to help to guide, you know, the upcoming ones, so that Nigeria could have been a better place. But that's not what he's planning. He's planning to run away when they trouble him. You know, I don't know what kind of trouble he's expecting. If you're an elder, if you are a father, if you claim to be a father, and your children has problem, will you run away from your house? So that shows that he's not a father, you know. So he has he has another place where he calls home, you know, because Nigeria is not his home. Because if Nigeria was his home, he would not make such comments. And that brings to mind that this going forward, the constitution must change, you know, because I believe that they don't really it's not only holding on to power. It's not about holding on to power. It's about not knowing what to do with it. Because if you know that you are tired, you know, and you are in such a very delicate position, you know, that warrants all hands on deck, you know, nobody should be sleeping when you are on that position, you know. I think if you are tired, it's better you give way, you give room, you know, let somebody else take over after us. He would not be the first person to say, you know what, I'm retiring, you know, or I'm stepping down because I don't have that capacity anymore. But to hold on to that power, and yet everything is getting destroyed under your watch, I think that is utter wickedness and selfishness. Therefore, the constitution, I believe Nigeria should, you know, coming out of all this, the constitution needs to be reviewed, you know. I mean, Nigerians should start demanding more from who leads them. It's not about the lawmakers have to make it more challenging, you know, more difficult, you know, for people like him, people that the first citizen of the state. You know, you can't sit in such a place, a steering. You can't be a pilot, you know, taking the country to piloting the country, and you are tired. So if you are sleeping there, so which means everything will be getting spoiled, you know, or even crash, because that's what we have seen. And in fact, that's what happened to Nigeria. That's what has happened. Because look at all what since he came to power 8 years now, Is Nigeria better for it or worse for it? Nigeria is worse for it. When it came, dollar was not as high as it is today, but we know what dollars is now. $1, we know what it is now. So, and this is somebody that said he was coming to make Nigeria a better, give Nigeria better lives. Insecurity, killing that we are seeing today. They said Jonathan's zone was bad, but what do we call this? This is even gone from bad, more than worse. If there's any other name for it, any other vocabulary to define the quagmire that Nigeria has, and nightmare that Nigeria has found itself because of a sleeping president. Because he's sleeping, he's tired, but he doesn't want to give up. So I think going forward, the constitution needs to change. They need to make the lawmakers. They need to make it, more difficult for people, to just come and run Nigeria like their own business. Nigeria is not their business, not their personal business. It's a project. It's a national project. These are dealing with people, lives of people, destinies of people. You can imagine a child that was born 8 years ago. That child is it's no longer a child. It's no longer a baby. It's already how many years? What do they call them now? Whether now primary, what they call it, primary 4 or so. So that is already a matured person, you can say, because even 8 years today, if you hear what they say and what they do, you will know that they are not like they are not like the 8 years of 1960s. So the lawmakers have to look into that to make that position, less attractive by putting laws in place. Even they can even vote. Nigerians can even vote them out. Nigerians can vote them out. If you are sitting in that place of power, that place of steering, you are the one holding the steering. You are driving the country somewhere. And we can see that. Where you are taking us to, there is danger. If we come up with, what they call it, people you put on. How do we do it? Please, if anyone know how to say it, please help me. The word just escaped me now. When people you put it online, people vote. People say yes or no. Should so person, you can say Buhari, should Buhari leave office? If we get up to 100,000 people, he should leave. Such laws they need to put them in place so that nobody should be in that place and be sleeping. They shouldn't be sleeping, even including the house, the Senate, in the House of Senate too. Anybody that is there that are not performing, they should be voted out. The Nigerians can hold the online
Referendum.
please help me. Petition. Thank you.
Referendum in form of referendum.
Okay. Yeah, and then people can, Nigerians, they should put it in the law, in the constitution, that Nigerians have the right. Nigerians have the right to say no. We don't want this person. And if we get up to 100,000 Nigerians that say yes, this person must go, then the person goes. He goes. He leaves office so that another person can take the country forward from there instead of having
Madam, the right word is to recall. You vote to recall.
To recall them. Yes. We can vote to recall them. So thank you. We vote to recall them that they are not performing, and this is not what they said they are going to do. And what they are doing now, Nigeria, where they are taking Nigeria, we don't want to go there. So please step down and let somebody else take over so that Nigeria can be a better place for all. And then my other submission is about our president. I mean, he's already carrying himself as a president, from everything he does, everything he says, is obviously the man sent to deliver Nigeria out of this quagmire. Look at what he said. He said he doesn't have any other country. Nigeria is the only country that he belongs to. So
thank you.
Yeah, so 5 minutes has gone. Yeah. Thank you then. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Dwayne, please talk to us, sir. Good evening to you once again.
Good evening, fellow panelists. Comment section, I greet all of you. This same story of Buhari and Co. It keep on coming and coming, not wanting to leave us alone. Himself and his twins brother, the Tifnubu of our time. Well, thank God that it has come to that. I thank our able principal for his labor speech. Today's Labor's Day. The labors of our heroes shall never end in vain. May it be so. And now, let me quickly start with Buhari. Said if he's tired, he will go to Niger if they try to disturb him. Yes, I'm not saying, let nobody get me wrong. What other Nigerians have been saying and the way they've been saying it, they are wrong. No, but for me, I see it differently. And why? And what am I trying to say? I have seen Buhari, who is now saying if they disturb it tomorrow, he knows when the fight of the Obidients is beyond him after he leave office, he will run away. He will abandon Tinubu in this fight. That's what he's trying to tell us. Because he has seen it, that they bite beyond what they can chew. So he's already seen it beyond what a lot of people have not been able to see. That if it goes beyond more than what he expects to take, then the best bet is for him to go to Niger. And automatically he knows he was going to go to Niger because he has long been planning all these things. It's not new to him. These plans were not perfected one day. If he does not have a house in Niger, will he say he's going to Niger? Well, let's start from there. You see, thank God to all Nigerians listening to this broadcast today all over the world. You people can understand now exactly where the Nigeria Constitution was put to say, if you have, as a Nigerian, you have another citizenship, you cannot contest for the president of Nigeria. This is exactly the point now. This example, not even 100%. Because you can compromise the security of Nigeria for the other country. I said this thing 2-3 weeks ago. People did not take it. You people can understand it now. From this argument, from this discussion now, that saying, but if it does not have any other country, it would have stayed here to hold here and make sure he perfects everything to the last day. So there will be no blame. So people will not come to him tomorrow to disturb him. But because he has another country now that he can go to, people can literally now see that Nigeria government, Nigeria Constitution, when they said you win, they didn't say you cannot have any other position or you cannot contest any other, but for you to be a president of Nigeria, people did not try to understand it. Now, Buhari now has shown us the example of why the fear of those forefathers that wrote this constitution, what they were having in mind, their intent by coming to bring that thing into our constitution is exactly what people have just heard now that this one has said. Nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. The problem they are envisaging is this. If we compromise the national security for the other country, if they have problem. Now, somebody has just iterated now that there was a time in 1985 when he voted against Nigeria. So, gentlemen, you can consider that the motion by saying he must be disqualified for having another nationality is not hatred. It's not because people don't want to support him, but because of our security, our guarantee as a nation is what we want. I think it's clear. And the writing is not clearly on the wall for those who do not understand what it ought to have been. So, you see, Peter Obi was now telling us just now about bringing Nigeria from production, from consumption to production. Yeah, that's to tell you somebody who wants to do something. He will not wait till the last day. He will not wait to be sworn in first before he shows the love and the interest he has in that job. That's what we are seeing now. The other man left for Lagos. And we should not forget one thing. The Buhari, when he was a president, the first term, almost half of the first term was used to travel out to go and start wasting Nigeria money on medical trips and whatever. Now, it has come again now. This one now is also not yet a president. He's already going to court. To different hospitals. Now, doctors are already being flown in. And I will tell you, these doctors that came to Nigeria now, allegedly, as they said, I will tell you one simple thing. Now, as they don't take him to president-elect, this bill is already falling on Nigerians' head. It's a normal thing. It's a medical bill. They will submit it. The bill is already, it's not yet sworn in, but his debt, his problem, has started to consume Nigeria, has started to eat Nigeria like a cancer. This bill that came in now is going to be on his bill. As far as they have been declared him officially as president-elect, the bill is going to be on Nigeria government. But some Nigerians don't even have money to buy paracetamol for 500 naira to take. From now on, his money will not go into all those things. All those thousands he's carrying along, he's parading along, his cover will not take care of them anymore. Everything is now on Nigeria government. And at the end of the day, they will say, you cannot use this one, or you cannot challenge this one, you cannot say this. Why won't somebody say it? Why won't somebody say it? Can you imagine? Whereby 4,000 Nigerians were in Sudan. Nigeria government just brought out $1.2 million. It was on national TV being discussed.
Sorry, sir. The people the Nigerians in Sudan totally are 3 million. They were just trying to evacuate 5,000 students, and they've only done 1,500.
Thank you very much,
the general population of Nigerians in Sudan are 3 million, 2.9 million plus. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So you see, Europe took a cruise ship there that took more than 1,300 at once. Nigeria can equally pay for this thing. So a cruise ship can go there to remove them. For tomorrow, you tell someone not to take another country's passport. When I know if I'm in Nigeria, tomorrow, anything is happening to me, I have a number I will call. Private jet will pick me up. It depends on how you arrange your journey before you leave the country. Private jet will pick me up. Provided before I travel, the message, I did it properly.
Okay.
Private jet will pick me up. But here it's not possible. So that's how we don't see what is happening to us as a nation, as a country. So Peter Obi has done well. He has come to answer the questions the risers asked him. I thank him for doing all those things. The more they ask him all these frivolous questions, the more he wins the heart of people. Because his presentation, his submission, and his loyalty while presenting himself is enough to win a heart and to steal a soul. So let them be doing it. Thank you very much. Let us all share the time.
God bless you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay. Let me hear from Mr. Felix. Mr. Felix, thanks for joining us. I would like to hear from you. Talk to
Praise
us.
the Lord. I reach my turn. Good evening, everyone, the panelists, all the commenters, all our viewers all over the world. Let me start from Mr. Bubu's statement. Say if the two trouble, you go near me, or you go anywhere you want to go, whether na Agades or whether na Madama anywhere for Niger. He knows already what he know what he's expecting after his tenure. Why? Because it's not like business as usual. The well meaningful Nigeria eyes are already open. Like many of those youth now, they are still young. They don't experience the time he was a military head of state. What he does then, I can still recall very well. Those then I was still younger. He knows he must get a body hit. If you are tired, you retire. In the Western world, if you are working in a company and you are tired, the next thing you do, you retire for you not to die there. But there will not be like that. That is for one side. Our principal, Peter Obi. Peter Obi is not parading himself as a president. He's parading himself as a country servant. Even before the general campaign, kickoff of the general campaign, he traveled to Egypt and many other countries to seek advice. He's just like a little child. He say, if I get money, I go do this, I go get that. You don't have a plan for that money in case if that money eventually comes. When the money comes, you misuse it. But Peter Obi is not like that. Before the whole country voted for him massively, of which is the winner of the February 25th presidential election that they stole from us, that we must recover. He already went out there to seek for ideas in case if I'm there, how am I going to manage all this problem? He already draw out the whole map. That is why he's the Joseph of our time. Wiki already said, he said he's the hero of this election, 2023. Yes, he's a living hero. Peter Obi, they know the game they are playing. Buhari was not supposed to be the president. We know the story. We also know the story why he was being made the president of the country. We have been in their midst for long. For now, Tinubu might do anything to just be sworn in, be blah, blah, blah. He will still live, whether he like it or not. The judicial system, they can never be compromised to that extent to do the wrong thing this time, because they know for president to say, if the body heat is too much, I will run to Niger. What of the way? If Inspector General said, I will run out of this war, ordinary constable will say, no, I will die here. No. There was a question. Obasanjo asked the late Ojukwu in Asoro of them. Ojukwu replied and said, when the general of the army in the war front have not been killed, what do you expect? Do you want the war to end, or the war is still going to continue? That was the answer he gave to Obasanjo then. For me, I don't have shaking. I'm pleading to all Nigerians, good, meaningful Nigerians, wake up. Wake up. You can hear it from our principal today. Everything, all the rumors, all the satanic agents have been carried everywhere. You will hear from the hospice man today. That is Mr. Go and verify. If you think he was lying today in the television station, go and verify. bring your verification. Then we will not believe. Wake up, youth. Wake up. Wake up. This is not time to sleep. I have continued. I started saying it 8-9 months ago. Everyone suffer violence. Only violence taken it by force. This is not time to go to mosque, to church, or to anything you believe on, shrine, to go and pray. No. This is time to act.
Thank you.
Before May 29. May 29 don't need to be possible. Judicial system. Do all you can do, all you can't to conclude the whole case before 29. It will be better for you people. If not, you guys will remember my word. I yield.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Felix. Thanks for your submission. All right. I would like to hear from, before to Niger, is Mr. Alex. Mr. Alex, good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Please talk to us.
Yes, I greet the house. I want to, first of all, thank you, Mr. Najawash, and your team, what you're doing. My fellow panelists, thank you for being a fellow soldier in this push for a new Nigeria. Those on the comment section, I recognize you as always for your tenacity and your doggedness and your consistency. And our viewers worldwide, even our spies who are on the platform with us, we say thank you for coming. Because when the sons of God in the Bible came to present themselves to God, devil was among them. That was what led to the temptation of Job. So anyways, I want to start with the erroneous and the treasonable felony comments, if not for the immunity coming from a president, coming from a commander-in-chief of the armed forces. That's to tell you the level of destruction Buhari's government has meted on Nigeria in education, because you cannot measure development in fiction or in metaphysical premises. You know, we are very good in trying to support people when we have connection with the political party, or we have somebody who is in the government. We benefit directly or indirectly. We will argue, give them time. Our democracy is growing. Our democracy is growing. Buhari, what he just said that he's going to Niger to retire is enough to arrest him. Thank God I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this month, May. You see, 1,000 years is like a day in the sight of God. The faucet origo of this man and the terminus appoint just now, which is the beginning and the end of Buhari administration, has been nothing but misery, pain, tears, sorrow, and blood on Nigerians. He dare open his gutter or his buccal cavity to tell us that he's going to Niger, which makes us have to think, was Nnamdi Kanu really wrong? Why was he really arrested with such intensity when we cannot deal with the so-called insurgency within our country created by our government? You know, when America went to Iraq to try to take down Saddam Hussein, they lied that they are looking for weapons of mass destruction. They went there. Up till now, the whole world is still asking them, where is the weapons of mass destruction? The same thing they did to Gaddafi, that he was a dictator. The same thing now, Buhari's government is telling us he's going to Niger. He could not fix insecurity, but he could go and arrest Nnamdi Kanu for whatever reason, I don't know. Was Nnamdi Kanu right when he said he's Jubril of Sudan or of Niger? Because we have a way of, I know that some people are going to come up now against me. Oh, don't talk like this. Oh, don't talk like that. When are we going to start talking like this? The country is bleeding economically because of the blatant, broad daylight activities of some wicked men and women who we gave our trust to. The naira to dollar is almost zero, 1,000 naira, almost. Education is nothing. Transportation is nothing. Agriculture is nothing. Our professionals are leaving the country in drones. Why will he mention such a statement? A man who we gave our vote for 8 years. I call on the international community. I call on the International Court of Justice at The Hague to invite Buhari for questioning on the Lekki toll gate massacre, on the people that have been killed nationwide across the country for the past 5 to 7 years. Because this is like a genocide. It's like crime against humanity. It's high time we stop sugarcoating the truth and say it the way it is. Call a spade and not a shovel. So we have to hold people accountable. Call them out. Gone are those days where you call these guys excellencies or honorables. You talk to them. This is what the Arabs did. This is what the Chinese did. This is what the Asian Tigers, the Malaysians, the Singaporeans. They made their leaders outside the country, call them names. They boo them. But when we see them, we start to forget. Excellency, sir. Excellency, sir. Now they are killing you. Then you are there abusing little petty pifrias, criminals who are stealing little money on the streets. But the big thieves come to you, you start rejecting. I'm not saying you should go aggressive on them, but other countries do it. They throw bottled water at their wicked leaders once they meet them outside the country, or once they see them on a live program, they boo them, they shame them, they call them out with facts and figures of their crime. But when we see them, we become so respectful. We only criticize them when they are absent. Hypocritical display, hypocritical activism. So Buhari should be arrested immediately, because I don't know the Buhari they give us. This man I'm seeing in Nasarok now is different from the man I voted for, or people voted for in 2015. Because the man is like 60 years old. He's supposed to be 87 or 85 years old now. Biology cannot lie. We should know how 87 years old look like. We are citizens. We have right to ask questions. Don't come here and tell me don't talk like that. Don't talk like that. How should I talk? Do you feed me? Do you pay my bills? When I'm a citizen of this country and I have rights. Do you know how my family is being secured? Do you know what I'm going through? Don't dare to come and tell me don't talk like that. Don't say that. If you have stolen money in your possession that you are spending because you are connected to them, I don't have it. And I'm not sure I need it. Tomorrow now they start kidnapping, and even the kidnapping have started. A man dare open his mouth and tell us he's going to another country where we all invested our monies, our trust, our vote on him. Capital rejectment on that. Buhari should be called out. I call on all opposition party. I call on all civil rights organizations worldwide. I call on the international community to investigate the person and the personality of the Nigerian president just now. As his tenure winds down and his immunity dies, he should be investigated. He becomes an ordinary man just like me and you. He should be called into question. If he's found guilty, he should be prosecuted. Times are changing. The world is evolving. We can't just allow people do what they like, hook, line, and sinker, and just misuse our lives the way they want. Which one hospital did he build? Why is he going abroad for treatment? Why did he mention Niger Republic? Who do we have in Asorok? Why was Nnamdi Kanu arrested? You come argue now to me with the lies Lai Mohammed fed you with, that he jumped bail, he incited people. Was Nnamdi Kanu in Benin City? People were kidnapped here too. Hesme came here and killed people in Ondo State, our church massacre. Was it investigated? Talk to me. Deborah was killed. Was her death investigated? As her family got justice? Gentlemen and ladies, there's a set of cartel and wicked people who just come to rule Nigeria through the slaughtering of citizens. You can remember the Abuja Kaduna train. People were kidnapped in the same country. They were buying their relatives. Advanced modern day slave trade, orchestrated by APC governments, organized by Buhari's governments, without investigation or any form of arrest. I declare Buhari today, as his tenure expires, persona non grata, and he should be arrested immediately. I call on the international community, FBI, the CIA. This is a crime against Nigerians, a crime against humanity. For the past 8 years, where did the $110 billion borrowed, the 73 trillion naira borrowed, where did it go to? Why did he give 100 bulletproof cars, healers cars to Niger Republic? Why did he construct a train from Nigeria to Niger Republic? We are citizens. We have right to ask questions. These are pertinent questions we need to ask. And if we meet these guys, anyway, meet them around the world, ask them, what did you do for Nigeria? How have you served Nigeria? What are you doing here? What are you doing in England? What are you doing in France? What are you doing in Germany? What are you doing in Greece? Did you give them electricity? Did you contribute in any way to promote the educational system of Nigeria? Why are your children here? Boo them, call them out. Call them out. It's called civil disobedience, civil accountability. When nations do it, we clap for them. This is the way to go, guys. So Buhari should be arrested, whether Jubri, whether the fake Buhari or the real Buhari, we don't know who is there. And shame on the passenger, shame on Theophilus Danjuma, shame on Aisha Buhari, shame on Malami, shame on everybody, Malam, the Kaduna State Governor, Erufai, shame on you. You are all accomplices on the deaths that took place in Nigeria for the past 7 years. Nigerians were slaughtered nationwide, kidnapped, raped, invaded, their lands were taken, farmers were brutally killed, governors acted as watchdogs for the killer machine in Abuja. Nobody dare raise their voice. Now the man who did all these things wants to leave, and we all are keeping quiet. Hook, line, and sinker. Not me, not in my days. This is when I was taught in school to be outspoken, to speak the truth, to impart my society in any way I can. So the least I can do is to be a voice of the voiceless. That tiny voice in the wilderness, preparing the way for the Lord. Obi has come to stay. Whether they like it or not, swearing or not swearing in, the litigation continues. Buhari should be arrested, Osinbajo should be arrested, Professor Kiamu should be arrested, Amechi should be arrested, Leah Mohammed should be double arrested. And he should be tried. He is the lying piece, the lying mad piece of this wickedness going on. Aisha Buhari should be arrested. And the so-called one entity called Nigeria, if Obi is not given his mandate, we have to renegotiate. We must do, because we cannot continue like this. It's easy to sit down in London and tell us how to live in Nigeria. It's easy to sit down in America and tell us how to behave in Nigeria. It's easy to sit down in China and tell us how to live in Nigeria. Come and stay here for 2-3 years and tell me those things you are saying. Buhari should be arrested. I trust Nigerians. Something is going to happen. We all came out civilly, cast all our votes, and they stole our votes. And the man is telling us he's going to Niger. Niger Wash, let me go to Wanyang. I've always respected Wanyang. He has been an employer of labor in the area of sports. I grew up watching.
2 minutes.
Okay. Okay, let me round up. I grew up watching Wanyang National, following my father to the stadium. I didn't know he was behind it until not long ago. The man is a good man. He's an investor. He believes in talent. I know many Bendelites who were professional football players in that team. And they earned a living, they built houses, and they gave birth to their children, and they had a career in that team. They even played for Super Eagles from that team. Some of them went abroad. So I saw his body language. Even him, he knows that something is coming to Nigeria. You cannot hold the Igbos down anymore. If our mandate, God forbid, is not restored, how are you going to tell us not to support the Biafra movement, even if we are not from the East? Nnamdi Kanu has not been released. How are you going to face a Benin man or a man from Calabar? You tell them about one Nigeria. What one death in Nigeria? When the presidents, the vice presidents, the IG of police, when the attorney general are all from one side of the country. And the controller general of custom, immigrations, all the top places in the federal government parastatals are all by one side of the country. And you tell us not to talk like this. You come and argue, don't talk like this. Support your country. Don't tear it down. Don't tear it down. How do we not support it when some people are hell-bent on destroying the country further? Common evacuation in Sudan. We are fooling ourselves. Petty things as money, decorated papers. America came and evacuated their country. Japan came, Sweden came, Canada came, even Uganda, Somalia. They didn't mention money, but Nigeria, $1.2 million. Our leaders are fighting over money, and they abandon our citizens in the desert at the whims and caprices of those who are fighting. Gentlemen and ladies, whether they like it or not, this country called Nigeria is expired. The only medicine for this country to be healed is Peter Obi's mandate. If it doesn't work, there is going to be an implosion because nobody can afford Gary anymore. Nobody can go to school anymore. We can't travel anymore. How do you govern me when I'm not safe? How do you govern me when I'm hungry? How do you govern me when you bring terrorists against me and you never arrest them for their crime? How do you govern me when education is being destroyed and your children are going to school abroad? Everybody's eyes are open now with the social media. So that's what I'm saying here. Thank you very much.
All right.
Let me quickly chip this thing in. We are fighting for Nnamdi Kanu to be released. And the same offense that Nnamdi Kanu commit is what Ugbo commit. Now, some people now left and want to meet the Buhari to forget about Ugbo and not get him arrested or get him.
My dear brother, which offense are we talking about? I want to learn from you, sir. Can you educate me?
My brother, Nnamdi Kanu offense is by saying, "Let my people go." Stop letting my people.
Sir, you are wrong, sir. Can I come in, sir? Can I come in a little bit?
Money, humanity. Stop oppressing my people. Stop killing my people.
What led to Nnamdi Kanu coming out for me? I may not know it all. What led to him coming out? At the time, the killings were too much. Are you aware those state people were already forming a way to go to America and negotiate or with the United Nations and negotiate in New York about their own country? Because the killings of our church massacre, the Fulani invasion was everywhere. The guy had to talk because Biafra was already existing as a struggle. The guy had to talk. You beat the child, you want him not to talk. Is Igbo also from the east? Is he from Ojuku lineage too? The Middle Belt people who were agitating for their country, are they also from there? The militants in Niger Delta who were also coming out at the time, are they from the east? So the leadership were just intentionally killing people. I don't know why. No one single arrest. They give bandits forgiveness. They grant them pardon, send them abroad. They even show it publicly. You will argue that they did it in Niger Delta militancy, but it's a different case. The Niger Delta militancy did not go and rape people's wives in the north. They didn't invade Zamfara. They didn't invade Kanu. They didn't invade Taraba farmlands with AK-47s. Who give them AK-47? Yeah, as bandits. Why are they not arrested? Why are our governors, especially the one in my state, Edo State, why are they accomplices?
Alex, listen. When Buhari wanted to perfect this thing, we knew when it happens.
Okay, sir.
When he woke up 5 years ago and he announced to Nigerians that if you know you have a weapon, gun, licensed or no license, go and submit it to the police.
Thank you, Mr.
That was when he
anyways, thank you. But why are Boko Haram still walking street free and Nnamdi Kanu is in jail?
It's okay, please. Thank you very much. Niger, please talk to us. Good evening to you, sir.
Yeah, greetings, Niger Watch, and everyone on the panel, to the chat, and to the viewers. Yeah, I like seeing Peter Obi coming out to talk, because at least he reaffirms the positions that people that are supporting him are taking. And clearly, he's trying to ensure that people remember his position. Even during the election, he talked about his position when he said people should not vote for him because of his religion or tribe and all the rest of it. So it's a good thing to be seeing him. And hopefully, for me anyway, I can't wait for the court case to start so that we can start seeing the cases that we have. Because so far, all I have is this one says this one, and this one says that one. I need to start seeing evidence of what is going on here. And it's a shame that the Tinubu will be sworn in before this case may be resolved. Except there is one that they throw, let's say they go and say something about FCT before 29th. That could cause some serious havoc, whereby they were like, okay, you are appealing, but the judges already said you are supposed to get FCT, and some people will start arguing that you probably need this interim government, then, and that they will have a case. But we don't know how the case is going to shape up, and that's something I'm really anticipating. And I like the way he's also coming out and condemning INEC and talking back at some of the narratives that are being painted of him. And because this thing is going to be an issue of law, and also an issue of public opinion. And because people that are fighting for P2B wants to know what they are fighting for. They want to see that the message is clear that they are fighting for. And the reason why they are sitting at home, they want to know why they are sitting at home. And all the people that are saying that we should move on and just let the thing go, they don't understand the importance of the process that is going on right now. Because I was here many weeks ago or months now, when some people wanted to go on the street and start, protesting and, all kinds of stuff. I was saying we need to listen to P2B, we need to hold on, we need to do the right stuff and do our due diligence. And for people to start saying that just give it up, they don't understand that the reason why there is order right now is because people choose to do the right thing. To tell them to give the right thing up, you're asking for chaos. And one other thing I realized, apart from this P2B's matter, is that in Nigeria and like in Sudan, we tend to have this set of either hypocritic or false thinking and false, how do I put it, ingenuine conversation with each other. And yesterday I encountered it, and I've been encountering it forever. And people talk in a very, very shady way. It's just a disgrace, really. And I don't understand how these people can keep doing these things. And people, we all do it. Many of us do this stuff, and I see it in many Nigerians, especially when you're talking to some various groups. They will always talk as if, okay, yeah, we will mean well, and everybody is trying to get one over the other. Everybody's trying to get one over the other constantly. Even when they pretend as if they mean well, they are talking for peace and justice and all of them want to get something over each other. Some of them don't even ask themselves the question of why they are doing what they are doing, whether they care about the country itself. They just care about their own section of the country. And this is why it's easy to divide. This is why it's so easy to divide. This war you see in Sudan right now is not necessarily about the generals. If the generals knew themselves like the way they were supposed to, they wouldn't be fighting each other. Because they know that fight doesn't benefit any of them. It really doesn't. They are destroying their children's future, both of them. But yeah, they are doing it anyway. Why? Because of all these false, fork-tongued discussions. And we are so easy to do. Look at, earlier on, we were already calling for foreigners to come and start arresting our leaders and all the rest of it. Yeah, where is it going to end? When is this madness going to end? When are we going to start being honest with each other that we are in a mess here, and just the mess alone is not supposed to be a uniting factor? But still, we want to get one over each other. We are all messed up. The entire country is practically messed up. North, south, they are invading everywhere. It's just a matter of them now coming to light the match, and then we'll start our own silly fights again. Sudan was, they thought those two people were the ones that removed the former government. They were united once. Now they are fighting. Because one side, where the Russians went to one side and the Americans went to the other side and whispered in their ears, the other one wants to do this to you, and the other one wants to do this to you, and we're going to make sure you survive. Your people, that's it. That's all it takes. Then they sell the entire population off into the next, sell them back to more than 20 years ago. This senseless behavior, if we don't stem it, sooner or later we're going to find out the hard way how foreigners will show us how to behave. They are the ones that are going to train us like little children that don't want to grow up. It's just that simple, really. The honesty, there is a reason why honesty is important, because it stops people from coming between both sides. It's easy for people to come between you when you don't have honest discussions amongst yourselves, because you are all pretending that you are in one country, but not trying to work together really. This is why whenever anybody gets into the national position, they want to steal as much as possible. Our people are not nationalists. They want to steal for the either individualist or tribalist. That's what they do. Most of them anyway. Many of them pretend as if they really want to solve a problem, but at the same time they claim they want to solve a problem, they are half of the country, they are dismissing them outright. The only people that can save this country right now, from what I see, from what I can observe with the way they bribe people, they buy people, they do everything, are people that have nationalist mindset. that understand the sacred nature of the job that needs to be done. You are there to save millions of lives, maybe into the billions, if you take the future generation into account. That's what you are there for. And it's not a task, it's a job.
To Niger, thank you for your postulations. I just want to ask you certain things. For me, are you aware that Nigerian citizens cannot feed themselves anymore, courtesy of the money stolen away by leaders? Are you aware also that Nigerian citizens are dying unnecessarily because of leadership failure, because they steal the patrimony of the country? Because citizens over the years have been told to talk, to be patient, to be well behaved, to be kind, to stop this madness. Countries that didn't stop this madness, like China, like Singapore, like Malaysia, they got it right in the hard way. Don't you think we should stop deceiving ourselves by sugarcoating things? How long are we going to continue like this? You just witnessed the killing of Deborah under this government. You just witnessed the senseless borrowing of money by these leaders. We are not fighting ourselves. Nigerians are more united now than ever before against the common enemy, which are the politicians. Why I said international community, I don't like interference in my government, but we cannot exist in isolation. So when things like this happen, the international community has a way of coming in because we are a member of the United Nations Charter. We signed that charter. Countries, even Nigeria, do go to other countries to do the same thing in Africa. So don't you think the leaders need to be taught a lesson that the citizens are suffering? They are not the problem of themselves. You are in diaspora. Nigerians are very hardworking and very, very law-abiding people, but they are victims of wicked leadership. J.J. Rawlings took care of these leaders in Ghana. Ghana have a little stability. So some countries took care of these wicked men and women. Don't you think we should arrest Buhari immediately? Tell it's over when his immunity dies? If international community can't do it for us, we can do it ourselves and try him here. Why will he say he's going to Niger? I think you are deviating. What do you think?
But Buhari, for any crime he commits, he should be tried and punished. And as a matter of fact, I can even go further and say maybe even from the West African and this in ECOWAS or through African Union. But what I'm talking about is when we go outside that and start talking about people that basically did all kinds of damage to us. And I just watched a video of a Kenyan president complaining about the same thing. That why do we always go begging a Kenyan president to? Questioning, even Dangote was sitting in front of the chair there.
I'm not talking about Kenya. I mean, inside Nigeria, people are hungry.
I know the point.
People are hungry. Talking of the money, talk about the money stolen away by these leaders now.
I'm making. He's saying that we should not be begging other people. He said it himself. He was saying it in front of
Dangote. I support you on that. I support you.
So
it's a guess.
Let me finish. Now you said that those other countries that did those things, you know what drove them to do what they did, like Singapore and all the others? They had a common uniting factor. So far, our poverty doesn't seem to be enough to unite us. But China was invaded by Japan, and it woke them up, and they never went back to sleep. You know what those people that survived that invasion, what they understand? Now they know that the lack of indiscipline can cost them a lot. Their lack of unity can cost them a lot, and they vow never to repeat that mistake again. And they were willing to take the lives of their citizens to correct it.
It's not
let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. You brought the issue. You brought that point up. They were willing to sacrifice millions of their people's lives to ensure China is never weak again. The same thing Singapore did. You know that the Singapore president, the head of state, that first one, Lee Kuan Yew, he was almost executed by Japanese soldiers. He survived by accident. Go on his Wikipedia page and read about him. This is what forges nations. When nations understand what it's like to be punished by foreigners, then they wake up.
Because I just told you, Buhari said he's going to Niger. Why is he going to Niger after destroying Nigeria? Shouldn't he be arrested by us?
See, because he says he's going to Niger, he has a right to. Niger is just next door to us. What is the bigger issue there?
Why did he build? Why did he construct railway line from Nigeria to Niger? Why? Why the Nigerian mentality?
I am one of those people that feel like if you are constructing a pipeline to Niger, you should be constructing a pipeline through Cameroon to Congo and all the rest of it, because the sub-Saharan African countries actually need this development. You guys you should be paying attention to the trends. Because when you keep feeding foreigners, these foreigners, especially the ones that have done us damage.
I'm not against foreigners. I'm talking about we are hungry in Nigeria, economic problem.
My own thing is that you see, a lot of people are not paying attention. They are not. I keep telling you, the way the world works right now is they form bigger blocks. You have NATO, you have SCO, which is the Shanghai Corporate Organization that the Chinese are forming. You have the BRICS. People are forming big blocks. You can't fight them individually. This
let's discuss. You are right. Are you aware right now as we speak that they borrowed 103 billion around the Buhari's government without accountability, and that has drove our currency down the drain? And are you aware that our security has been continuously being compromised by this Buhari government, especially for the past 7 years? Don't you think Buhari and his allies, the Fetos Keyamus of this world, the Lai Mohammed, all these ministers, Amechi, they should all be rounded up May 30th? Be rounded up immediately in chains for questioning. And are you aware that Sarkozy of France was invited by French after he left presidency over the $70 million he took from Gaddafi when he was going for presidency? So leaders are not immune to scrutiny or to arrest after they leave. And Nigeria should never be an exception. Buhari, this month ending, should be arrested. Festus Keyamu should be arrested. All the ministers should be arrested. That's it for questioning.
I agree with that.
Please,
The question is practicality. Can you do it? Is Tinubu going to arrest him? He's not going to arrest him. That's the problem.
Hold on, both of you. I have CM on the phone. I'll come back to you to Niger. Oga CM, please go ahead.
Hello. Good evening, Niger Watch. Sorry, I had to sort of phone by this time. I'm just coming around. Actually, what I want to say, I do not have time to come on the panel, but not to worry. Whatever I will say can always be said if circumstances will arise. But let me remind you one thing. You see this interview you showed by P2B on with Chelsea and Yagolo. Yeah. Please, I will beg you. If there's any favor at all I've ever asked you in my life, it is this. Keep that interview as if it is your personal property. Whenever you feel, when you listen to that interview, it will tell anybody that you saw ahead of your time. That is classic P2B. That is classic. It's faultless. That is a leader. You should be happy you are supporting such a person. You dedicated to your platform to support such an innocent, committed, above all, a very transparent and honest man. You should be thankful. Today, when you sleep, you say, thank God, this man spoke this way. This is the man I submit. This is the man I dedicated my platform for. Therefore, you did the right thing. When history, I keep saying it, will be written. History will record that, yes, you saw ahead of your time what most people did not see. You saw it before them, and you stood your ground, irrespective of anything. Because should, like we are hoping, P2B assume the mantle of leadership to salvage Nigeria, otherwise it's to your tent to Israel. I keep saying it, I don't care. P2B is Nigeria's last chance. Some of us has given up. It was because we saw him. Exactly. We said, okay, that is the last throw of the dice. Anybody coming to come and say whatever, just ask the person. People are quick to defend Buhari, talk of nationalism, condemn the white people. Why should Buhari rendition on Nnamdi Kanu? Where is he done? Is it because Nnamdi Kanu is Igbo? You tie him behind. You tie him. You blindfolded him, smuggled him in the middle of the night and start beating him. The man should have died. You have to go and listen to what Ozekome said at Nzuku Igbo in Enugu, the lawyer. Argued everything, Buhari letting Nnamdi go. The judges, even the Fulani judges, say, let this man go. They gave him freedom. Buhari is still looking for stay of execution. The president of a country is trying to deny a citizen of the country freedom given to him by the law court of the country. How do you deal that? Ndi Igbo are not stupid. This is the end of Nigeria. That's why the only punishment when I recommend that Buhari should go to International Criminal Court, some spies will be saying, why should we go to the white people? They did all this. Milosevic is a white man. They tried him at the International Criminal Court by Justice Ocampo from either South American, either Colombia or so. Milosevic is a white man. He was tried there. Why should Buhari rendition on Nnamdi Kanu? Today, Abba Kyari is needed in the US, or if he has gone, because of Hush Puppy's case. America said, look, we are interrogating Hush Puppy for defrauding American citizens in Dubai. They arrested him. As they are interrogating him, they had a clue that Abba Kyari, the one they call the best police officer in Nigeria, is even aiding and abetting crime. America had all the power in the world to come into Nigeria and take away Abba Kyari. But as a superpower, like Obama said, the strength of America is not the might of their armed forces, but the power of their democracy and ideas. They apply to Nigeria and say, look, we need this person. Through the Attorney General, they made an application. Nigeria was denied, America waited. Why should Buhari the rendition on Nnamdi Kanu? Let me, for your record, 1984, as at 1983, 82, or before 83, Nigerians do not need visa to go to UK. It was 1984, July 84, this same Buhari, fake Buhari, the original Buhari then, used the Israeli agent Mossad to go and kidnap Umaru Diko. The attempt failed because of that. Britain, despite what Nigeria means to Britain, Britain said no. Britain broke up diplomatic relation with Nigeria. Somebody should correct me if I'm wrong. When it was restored, Britain said Nigeria will now be coming to UK with visa since then. And because of that, Umaru Diko is the only Nigerian that Britain permitted to enter UK.
They now said Nigeria. They said Nigerian. They said Nigerian.
No, please, Mr. Edwin, hold on, please. Let him finish.
Well, is it because when an Igbo man is wrong, and some people will just paper over it? What did Nnamdi Kanu do? When you say the law, when you say justice should be given, they say if a president cannot respect the court, he's worse than Hitler. Yet when I mention it, some people will say, why should I be talking about International Criminal Court? Where else can a president be punished? Because of you got the International Criminal Court, not because of what you do to the white people, because of what you do to your own people. Milosevic was tried not because of what he did to America or any other country, because of what he did to his own people, the Yugoslavs. The genocide he committed there. That's why they recommended him to International Criminal Court. Not because you did anything, but to your own people. Buhari did it to Nnamdi Kanu. Still holding him till today. And yet somebody will just try because he's an Igbo man. He can be done to anything. When you talk, they start to teach you international politics. Now, let me tell you what will shock you. Somebody said it, and I have to corroborate it. In 1985, Buhari was still in power then. There was the man called Dr. Peter Ono. Look at it, Dr. Peter Ono. He was the Assistant Secretary General of OAU. It was called OAU then. The person that handed over was Edem Kojo of Togo, Secretary General. So they put Peter Ono on assistant. He was assistant then, said you should be acting. But they have to do election to normalize your situation and then elect you. Who will contest? One man called Ide Umaru, the Foreign Secretary of Niger Republic. Fulani, Buhari was head of state. And people that should nominate them are the head of state of the country. Julius Nyerere of Tanzania nominated Peter Ono of Nigeria. Buhari, the head of state of Nigeria, said he should go to Ide Umaru. What are we talking about? This is history. I want somebody to come here and prove me wrong. Yet when we talk, people do not know what the Igbos has gone in history. When somebody talks, somebody will come and then be talk rubbish. Look, gone are the days. There's a man called Frank Fanon. I may not quote him correctly. He said every generation has a duty to confront the problem of their generation. Either they betray it or they do what they want with it. What our forefathers put up with, the present Igbo generation cannot put up with it. They don't know what we go through. How the hell Nnamdi Kanu should be renditioned in a democracy and people will not say anything? When you talk, I recommend, okay, how then do you punish the fact? For your information, the man there is not Buhari. is the Yusuf from Niger. The Jubilee own has run away. But thank God there's what they call declassified information. Time will come, this thing will be revealed. That's why he said you go to Niger. He built a railway to his country because that is the agreement reached. All of them know. That's why Tinubu can say anything. Nobody will arrest him. Emiloko. But we shall see. By May 29th, he said do or die in this country. Do they think we are fools? We are not. Igbo man has come of age. I'm saying it openly. Either they allow Peter Obi just to salvage the situation or else nobody can stop us this time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Jawad, please, can you give me a minute? Please.
No, not
please.
yet. Not yet.
Okay.
I have somebody
Okay.
on the phone, please.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chris. Thanks for calling in. Good evening to you, sir. Talk to us.
Good evening. My name is Chris, and I'm calling from Dublin. It's a beautiful conversation we are having this evening. But every time I keep actually wondering, I try to get to the mind of Niger. To be honest, I don't really know what he's up to. Now, he kept talking about unity and stuff like that, but now he is not talking about the system that is causing division amongst its people. But he keeps talking about how we should unite together, whereas the president, the man that calls himself the president of Nigeria, Buhari, is the one that is dividing the nation. So how can you tell me that somebody that believes in the unity of Nigeria, he just told you that if he finishes his tenure, he's going to Daura. Somebody brought up the issue of him constructing railway to Daura, but Nigeria is using another kind of regional politics to support that. How can you be building other regions? How can you be talking about connecting your regions when your own people are suffering? How is that done? Nigeria, I listen to you and I know you are very, very educated, you are sound, but I don't know why you keep skewing the facts just to support the point. I don't really know the what you are trying to defend. Buhari is a man we all know that does not believe in Nigeria from day one. And just like everybody has said, he voted. How can a sitting president voted against his own person? And Mr. Alex, there was something we were trying to say when you said that, okay, it's like a double-edged sword, that Buhari also supported, he fought single-handedly to drive Boko Haram. No, it wasn't Boko Haram. It was a Meitasan group in 1983 before he became the president. What even happened was that group, they were a terrorist group also that was terrorizing his own people in Niger Republic, and they were coming into Nigeria to terrorize the Fulanis in that axis, Daura and Niger Republic axis. In short, the sitting president then told Buhari not to do anything, but Buhari went against the order of a sitting president just to go and defend those people. He wasn't doing that for Nigeria. So that does not in any way show any form of loyalty to Nigeria. He was only loyal to his ethnic Fulani group that lived in the border of Daura and Niger Republic. They were not Boko Haram, they were the Meitesan group. That was then. So let's face this fact the way it is. Buhari is the master divider of the country. I'm very sure to Nigeria, if what Buhari is doing today, if any other tribe tries that against the Fulanis, we will not even have a Nigeria again. How can you tell me in a country of 200 million people, all the top positions in the country belongs to the Fulanis, and everybody is keeping quiet and allowing the country to just continue? Now, this man that calls himself Buhari is going to retire and is telling us boldly that he is going to Niger Republic, a sitting president. Come on. He has even done what if Kanu is in jail, Buhari should be in double jail. Buhari should be in a bunker because he has committed atrocities upon atrocities upon atrocities. This man never believed in Nigeria. You can see the mindset of Buhari. His mind is so small. How can you tell me a sitting president, his son went to the UK, came back from the UK with a UK education at 25 years old, and all they could do for him is to give him a chieftaincy title in Katsina. That's to tell you how the smallness of Buhari's mind. So that's what I'm saying. See, the people that lived in the 80s, they knew that this man has zero capacity. I was listening to Mr. Edwin when he said Buawa. In Benin in the 80s, we called Buhari Buawa. What that means literally was like a fool. That was what our elders, when we were children then, they used to call Buhari Buawa. It simply means a fool, somebody that will just open his eyes. That was his name in the 80s. This man lacks zero capacity.
Okay.
The only reason Buhari came to power is because of Tinubu. It was the Tinubu cabal. They know that the only way, the quickest way for him to get to power is to make sure they use propaganda to chase Jonathan out of power. Because if Jonathan has completed his 8 years, it means power will go to the north. It means Tinubu would have waited for 12 years. So they cooked up all the propaganda against Jonathan and sent him out. So if we are talking about unity of Nigeria, the number one divider of Nigeria is nobody than Buhari. Please, to Nigeria, let's say these things the way they are. I don't really know what your agenda is. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay.
Please, I need 1 minute, sir. Please. Just
okay.
1 minute.
No. Okay, go ahead. It's too Nigeria need to run.
If Buhari fails for saying that to us as a slap to our faces, if he's really Buhari as he claimed from 2017, let's take the fingerprints of the Buhari of 2017 and the President Buhari, and let him take a life detective test. Very simple, very easy. Everything will come out. And number two, let me close with this. Why are there no justice served for people killed over 5-7 years? Deborah's death. Why do we avoid saying those things when we defend? We talk about development, build your country, be nationalistic in a country where there's no justice. Where there's rampant division, killings, bloodletting, because your family member has not been involved. It's easy to sit in the UK and tell people how to behave. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. I would like us to Nigeria, please round up in 2 minutes, sir.
So they took all my time and then I have to round up. Okay.
No, you already talked for 6 minutes before they start interjecting.
Was I the one talking when they for 6 minutes? Okay, I thought he was interjecting already.
No, you talk straight 6 minutes, and both of you argue for 11 minutes.
I see.
So altogether, you've been on air plus the interjection and everything for 20 minutes.
Nigeria was the timekeeper, Akata General.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that way to me because I barely said anything because most of the stuff I was talking about. Okay, it's okay anyway.
Okay, go ahead to Nigeria. Nobody should.
Yeah, because there's a lot of interjection. There are 3 different set of people. If I have 2 minutes to respond to all of them, that doesn't seem like a justified.
No, you respond to them now. No interjection. Just go ahead.
Okay. So from when I said we have to be honest with each other, what that means is that because we are closer to each other, it's harder to divide us against each other. This thing that we do where we pretend as if we are talking about, we are trying to be neutral, we are for justice, we are not. If you hear when some class said something about Kanu being innocent and all the rest, this is kind of stuff I'm talking about. If the Kanu was in the UK, are you going to honestly say Kanu will be free with that kind of thing that he has said? I don't know what is wrong with people. This is why we are where we are. In this century, 2023, we are still doing these things. He's not going to be free. Julian Assange didn't even say like he wants to bring any country down. He's still in jail. What's his name? Andrew Tate. Because of girlfriend, he's still in jail. When authorities want you, America have black sites. They will take you and you will disappear. They will not see you again. There are many of them, they still have Guantanamo Bay still active. People don't really understand. When America is at war, they will intern their citizens. They will limit the right of their citizens. These people, when they mean business, they mean business. Democracy or not, they don't care. War betide democracy. They will cut your rights. If you saw what they did to the Japanese, they did to the Chinese, and all those people when they were fighting the war, in the World War, you will be shocked. Is that a democracy? They do that to even their own citizens. So even Germans were limited when they were fighting Hitler. So let's not pretend as if, and when all these people that somebody that how can you physically, it allows you
to physically take yourself and throw yourself at the mercy of people that did all this to your own forefathers? How do you think they will be in the grave right now? They will be so proud of you, arguing that you want to go and report to them. Seriously? How is this outrageous? It's not an outrageous thing to say we need to work together and stop running to people that did so much damage to us and are still doing it till date. They are not changing. Why? Because we have not made ourselves worthy for them to change. Why should they change? Why should they even treat us any better? It's not, and I'm not saying because they are evil. I'm saying it because they just know better. They know better than us, and we keep acting like children, running to them and begging them for every single thing. And what do you think you're going to get out of that? Your nation back? You're not going to get your nation back. You will never. If you go and beg another man for your own house, who owns that house? Seriously, who owns the house, really? Let's not pretend like see if we are not behaving like slaves here. That when we do these things, that's the kind of behavior. And I'm telling you right now, even a president was saying it in front of Dangote today. A president was questioning Africans why all these things keep happening. You know, Africa, we have African standby force. Why is it that there's a fight going on in Sudan and African nations are not responding? And the head of the African Union said African nations are not paying into the African Union. They keep going to beg Europeans. This is the same thing we do. We have a problem here, we beg Europeans. We do anything, we beg Europeans. When did we become like this? How did we become like this? When I talked about, if for me, one of the reasons why I would call someone like Buhari in for questioning and possible arrest and prosecution is one. Where are the so-called funders of terrorists list that they have? Why have they not provided it? Where are the list of people that are stealing our oil? Why have they not been arrested? Are you part of them? So they have serious questions to answer. Then in terms of the terrorist groups and the activities that you are seeing in the country, how did we not know that it's happening everywhere? It's happening in the north, it's happening in the south. It's not only happening to the southeast. Sometimes people act as if it's only happening in the southeast. And when people die, soldiers, southeastern soldiers will die. Their families don't have a breadwinner anymore. Their families, the children don't have a dad anymore. And people sit here and say they should justify the organization that is partly behind some of all these things. At least that is allegedly to be behind some of all these things. How do you square that kind of hypocrisy? I can't live with that. You know why I can't? Because we don't have the luxury. We really don't. If we are to survive, we don't have the luxury for this type of double-sided speaking. Because our enemies, oh my God, they are so organized. It's ridiculous. They are so organized compared to this type of thinking. They'll just come, split us apart, and do whatever they like with us. They don't want to be here right now because they don't need to. Because we are too weak. We're already begging them. Why bother? Why kick a man when he's already down and begging you for mercy? I am not interested in seeking for mercy. I'm interested in creating a world where our children can actually survive instead of begging. If you are confused about that, then you seriously need to go and figure out how you learn your English.
All right. Thank you. Thank you too, Niger. You've talked now.
I don't know if you can respond, but anyway, it's okay.
No, not yet. I need to pick up a call right now. Thank you very much, madam, for calling in. Please talk to us. Good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, Niger Watch. I just wanted to make a quick contribution because I've been listening to what is going on. I just wanted to quickly say something about to Niger, what he's talking about. But I just feel that if he really wanted, I understand the point he's making that we should be more national, how will I put it, be concerned about the national unity of the country. That is true. But he's not focusing on what the leaders are currently doing. Because I believe if there are any set of people that are really causing disunity in the country, are the present APC government that are causing disunity among the citizens. But I've never seen him actually come out to condemn what this government are doing and what these leaders are doing. But when people try to react to the situation, he gets angry. When people are pushed to the wall, they will react. When a leader, a president of a country is not even uniting the country, is virtually dividing the country, and you are not condemning the action of these leaders, then it doesn't make sense like that. Of course, if people feel they are being segregated or they are being marginalized, you expect a reaction from them. And this is happening because of the kind of leaders that we have. Until we get a good leader who is able to unite the country, who love Nigeria, things will not change. So he should focus on the action of the leaders that are causing the problem. Because obviously we're seeing what is going on in Nigeria. We're seeing what the leaders are doing, virtually not causing disunity in the country. So to Niger, I'm sure he should focus his energy more in criticizing what this government is doing. And there's no way people can unite together when the leadership is not even united. So that's my own contribution.
Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you so much, Niger Watch.
God bless you. Thank you.
Last time I was there, I was focused on the leaders for their medical tourism, wasn't I?
I wanted to respond to you, but I'm not sure if Niger Watch is going to allow me.
Yes,
I don't know, because we are all learning.
Please hold on. I have Tony Africa here. Good evening.
Thank you.
Please talk to us.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Thank you, sir. Talk to us, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. So, thank you very much, Alex. I love your submissions there. Then for Tunaja, Tunaja is. I'm very sorry again. Obviously, I caused commotion here. We on this platform we belong to different end of the country or different. So Tunaja is probably allegedly, probably from the north, who benefited from this Nigeria government sponsorship to the UK. He didn't cross the desert. He didn't struggle. He didn't go to school in Nigeria. It was sponsored by the quota system. That is why it's always after the government. There's no single government in Nigeria. And then now I'm very happy that this man you guys are calling Buhari is a very good a human being. God bless him, because he didn't want to escape like that. I'll be suspecting or telling the world that this guy one day the Nigerian so-called government, the rulers, they will say that, oh, there's a plane crash, this Buhari don't die. Because Buhari already died allegedly 2017 and buried. There was a video that I posted also this morning at Niger Watch Group platform. So I don't know what's happening. So to Niger, you should stop this propaganda that you must think of what to do for your country. Your country have to do something for you first. That's from the time you are in the in your mom your mother's womb. So before you are born, the country have to think about you. Can you just imagine people using your money to build to other countries without even a single road from Benin, to Lagos, to Calabar, no single road, no infrastructure in the southern Nigeria. That's from Kwara downwards. But on the other hand, from Niger State upward, up that place is looking like Europe. And then the northerners are having a mechanized farming system. And then you are here to be talking something, So, and then to the other guy, Edwin, my Oga, I beg, the problem we will get for this Nigeria, Nnamdi Kanu is a prophet. You know what I mean? It's a prophet. Everything that is said are coming to pass. So, why can you say that you cannot like him to other bad guys like Boko Haram? And then Sunday Boho, God bless him, he was able to escape. They would have done the same thing to him. You know what I'm saying? So, but Nnamdi Kanu was betrayed by his fellow Igbo people by taking $100,000, dollars to sell their own brother. So this man that is going back to his country now, God bless him for coming out to finally tell you guys that he's not actually the Buhari that people claim to be. And if we don't solve this mystery, this country is not going nowhere. That's what I'll be saying in the last 3 days on the Niger Watch group, that we should solve this mystery. How can you bring somebody today is very yellow, tomorrow is very black, and then only for you to be turning at each other, Yoruba versus Benin versus Igbo? No, let us not fight ourselves. We are Southerners, we are brothers and sisters. We don't have to fight. Don't let all these Northerners manipulate our brains to be fighting each other. The Northerners are the problem. Northerners are already preaching for that when somebody come in, they should retain their service chiefs. In many platforms, they'll be working for that. So, but we are here to say we separate the country peacefully right now. before they bring all these Sudanese terrorists to our country. Good night, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. I'll prefer whenever you are referring to Northerners, just say that the problem we have is the Northerners leaders. I think that makes sense than you just generalize all the Northerners.
Yes,
Hello,
you're right.
good evening to you. Your
Imagine
name and
the
where you
abuse
calling
I'm getting on the comment section because I said our
My
people
brother is
should
on the
unite.
phone.
And
Somebody's
people are
calling
not
my
sick
brother.
in
Hold
this
on.
You
country.
guys hold on now. I've not called you guys to speak, please. I have someone on the phone. Hello, yeah, good evening to you, sir. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Good evening, This is Emmanuel. I'm calling from the city of Benin.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Please talk to us.
Yeah, thank you so much. I've been listening to the program. There's one impression I want to correct. That to Niger, it can't just be outside Nigeria. Be saying Nigeria should be at peace. Why not him come to Nigeria? There is one man that is called what is it called in Bracket family. The man is in Nigeria, he cannot travel outside. If he said they stop doing this, why not come home so that we fix the country together? You be in a country where there is no light, you buy generator, they will still come and collect NEPA bill from you. Nothing is working. Even when you try to start something on your own, if you carry a system trying to do something, they tag you your boy. I don't understand what you're just saying that do this. You know what I'm saying now? Okay, two people commit a crime, one person will be released, that person will be held responsible. Is that how it's run in a country? You go to the National Assembly, they say 1 billion is missing, the person will fail. That is the end of the story. You won't think about it again. I don't understand what he's just saying that peace. It's good inside time we tell ourselves the truth. Do you know what I'm saying now? Okay, this man here, what's he called? Like Muhammad, he ran to Washington to tell them that this are happening. But I don't know the people that told us to go to whites, that we are not here to stand on our own. So please, when we are saying we're trying to educate ourselves, we just say the truth the way it is, so that we find a solution. The youth are angry not because if you have something doing, you finish a university, you see you running along the street, you're doing the Okada, doing the Kekena Pepe, and you'll be there looking, people are going out despite the hardship in Europe, in the Western world. If you see the job, you do it. Nigerians are not lazy. We find money to start business on our own. They will see use the bill, utility bill, everything to crumble you down. You won't even see the SFA will carry you, this will carry every day. You say you're just suffering for nothing. I don't want just to understand. Don't give us a conducive environment. You know what I'm trying to say? So please, if you want to say anybody that's in Nigeria is come home and stay, come home. You don't need to be outside and stay in Nigeria. Come home. Instead of you to be telling, let our place look at other people now, other places here, just say peace. We are not yet to stand on our own as a nation. Nigeria, common, what is it called? Common Kenya and every other people have constant light. Nigeria don't have it.
Thank you.
Just to say the truth. So
Thank you, sir.
that's my just contribution. All right.
God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Madarita wants to talk to us as well. Let me quickly pick a call. Guys, please, can we have some likes and share? Please continue to press on the like button. Everybody on the list, but nobody's pressing the like button anymore. If you can press on the like button, that would be nice. Thank you. God bless you all. All right. Okay. Alex, you wanted to say something earlier on.
Yes, to my friend and my dear brother to Niger. A man under his government, a young girl was killed. He never said anything about it till today. Deborah was murdered. She could have been my sister, my daughter, my mother, my grandmother. So I don't know why are you running to Niger Republic? Under his government, Lekki Tollgate massacre took place with video evidence. DW was there, Al Jazeera was there. Video evidence are there. No one investigation. Under his government, Mr. Niger was, our debt rose from 15 trillion to 77 trillion, $108 billion borrowed. There is no arrest. They come to the National Assembly, they pretend to be fainting. Oh my goodness.
Thank you. You said that 3 times today, so let me pick somebody. Hello, good evening to you. Your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello, good evening. My name is Jack.
Okay, Mr. Jack, where are you calling from?
Okay, I'm calling from UK here.
Go ahead, talk to us.
Whenever you guys are, I do listen to you guys almost every day.
Okay.
And it pains me to see the effort you have put to see if Nigeria will work. But believe me, Nigeria is not going to work. I'm somebody who have had an experience. I've had Alex speaking about Deborah. I can tell you that Deborah happened to me. I left Nigeria 27 years ago, or 25 years ago. My fiancé, I left Nigeria when I was young, 18 years. And I'm 43 years, 45 years. My fiancé, she's from Delta, Aguashuku. Remember when America bombed Afghanistan? My fiancé went to Kanu, and
go ahead, sir.
There was riot that America bombed Afghanistan. My fiancé, my young fiancé, she was just 18 years old. She was chased down, and a lot of people were killed that very day. And she was killed as well. She was butchered into pieces, and her body was set ablaze because America bombed Afghanistan. Today, nobody know about she dying. That was when I came to Europe newly. She hasn't got a tombstone to see that this is where she was buried. And there was a guy, I can see people dividing us, thinking that we are one. Igbos, Yoruba, and everything. Let me tell you, anybody from the south is called Igbo.
Hey, excuse me, sir. You have so much noise. You have so much distraction from your end. Focus, please.
Okay. Calm down. I will speak to you properly.
How long are we going to wait for?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello? Yeah, my fiancée was killed, brutally killed. She's from Delta State.
Yeah, you said that before, yes.
I can even tell you her name. Her name is Ngozi Bumudu. You can Google it up. She's from Aguashuku. And there was a guy also called from Benin State. And his name, I don't
Oh, mute yourself now. Who is there? Mute yourself on the panel, please. Please, I'm removing you. I'm just removing you because sometimes I don't want to have headache just because I need to control people. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
Hello. Yeah, there was a guy again from Edo State. I don't actually know his name. We only call him Abaza. He was also killed that very day. What we are saying here is that we are not one. We are Africans, but we need to separate ourselves together. We have different aspiration, identity, ways of life, beliefs. This Nigeria is not going to work, and it will never work.
Okay.
For 25 years, for 60 years, we have been together, and it's not working. Let's try separation and see if it's going to work. Those who think, you see what happened in
Thank you.
You see what happened in Lagos. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Since your belief is that Nigeria cannot work, that is fine.
It will never work. It will never. Let's find a way to separate. People say war. No, it is human beings that won't work. We have to make war to live in peace.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks for calling in. All right. Let me hear from others that's waiting here. Before we do, I come back to if we need extra time, don't worry, I'll give that to every one of you, but I need to call on those that have not said anything at all. Okay, Mark Okunsaya, please talk to us. Unmute yourself, sir. Good evening to you. Okay, Mark, you are not there. Anybody I call now, you did not answer, I'll remove you. There are a lot of people that
Hello.
Okay, thank you. Good evening to you, sir. Please talk to us.
Yeah. Just a few points. The first one about is it Alex? He was talking of Buhari's term in Buhari's 8-year term. He said that he has stolen money and so on and so forth. I didn't do too much research on Buhari, but I don't know. is it true that he also was in bed? Because my reputation of him was that he was a bit straightforward, almost like Obi. That he came in, he wanted to change things, he wanted to even change the economy. That I think when he started new, right, he was throwing all his colleagues there in the government. He was throwing them into jail for embezzling money. No, be true.
To be honest, I don't have that history, and I don't really want to talk about the history of satanic Buhari. To be honest, I don't have interest on it at all.
But yeah, after that,
it make me want to vomit. To be honest,
after that, allegedly he died.
No.
Allegedly.
Alex, please. I don't want to go there, please. Can we talk about the topic here now, not about history of Buhari? We don't need that. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So the other one is it Niger was complaining that people are.
Did you watch the video that we played at all? Any video that we played today?
No. I joined like after the video. I didn't see the video, sir.
Okay, you didn't watch Mr. Peter Obi talking earlier on, right?
No, I missed the video.
Oh, okay. All right. So you are trying to respond to people's submission. All
yes.
Right. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let me see. I got my notes here. It's about Niger was complaining about people in the live chat, what they were saying about about Nnamdi and Julian Assange, etc., etc. You know.
Okay, now the one of the topic today is Nnamdi must be removed, must be released before 29th of May. What can you say about that?
Yeah, I am to be straightforward and not to waste time. 100% agree. I mean, if the court, they say that they're giving him, is it bail or that he's released, then why is it that they still keep him, politics is
because the government is satanic. There's a straight answer to that. They're
it's
satanic.
A very dirty game.
You were born into the satanism that they've created. So it's just like that. We know them. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. There's no reason to keep him there. It's just for the same reason as Julian Assange or all these others that if the government either they don't like you or they feel you're a threat, they just silence you, put you into exile, and then forget about you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mark Okunsaya. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, you did not watch any of the videos because whenever you are giving your submission here, you always go straight to the point. But it's very obvious today that you didn't watch the videos. That's fine. It's good to have you here. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, I have Mr. Silvanus, and thanks for calling in, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Yeah, good evening. Mr. Niger Watch is the one that brought me to this platform because I have attacked Mr. Niger. I'm not Niger Watch, sorry, to Niger several times about the way he talks anything that concerns to the East. I've asked him severally, and I've asked him on this platform, on this on the chat section, what part of the country do you come from? Mr. Niger Watch, I don't know how old you are. I don't want to probe your age, but I'm sure you did not witness the Nigerian Biafran War. I witnessed it. Okay? So when you're talking about Nnamdi Kanu, be careful. You don't know what happened during the war. I can tell you the story of the war today. So when you open your mouth and condemn Nnamdi Kanu is doing this, is talking about the Nigeria, do you know what you and Nigeria did to we, the Igbos? Do you know? Do you know about the program? Do you know that? And it continues to that. Have you been to the East? Do you know our roads? I went home last year. I couldn't even get to my house through a federal road. Our place is completely abandoned. I don't know where. If the other day you were talking about, Nigeria, that was last year. We don't have patience. We don't respect our people. We don't respect our government. I don't know where we come from. I want to know what state you come from. I'm not being tribalistic. Be honest. I'm an Igbo man. I'm from Enugu State, to be precise. Tell us where you're from. Don't come here and irritate people like me. When you open your mouth and criticize an American or talk something
about all these evil police officers that are dying.
Tunaja, please, I don't like interjection on my callers. Please, go ahead, sir.
So don't be coming here and say something. And somebody mentioned about how Buhari voted against somebody in the United States. It is the fact. That thing is, go and do research on it. He voted for somebody from Niger Republic against Nigeria just because that person is an Igbo woman. He did that. And CM reiterated on that. It's a fact. Do research on it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay? So, Niger, please, don't come to this platform and say any more word about Nnamdi Kanu because we will attack you. I personally will attack you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. I want everybody to understand that the topic is there. Sir Iwanya came out today that Nnamdi Kanu should be released before 29th of May. And we brought the topic here. Everybody can contribute to it, and you have the right to interject, counter, disagree, oppose anybody. But the only right that we don't have here is the right to insult anybody on this platform. It is my responsibility to protect anybody that is in my platform or affiliated to my platform. Even though you're on the panel, my caller, my commenters, I will not allow you to insult anybody. I will not allow anybody to insult you. That's the rules of the platform. Please, let's respect that. Thank you, everybody. Let me quickly pick one more call. I'll come back to the panel. Mr. Gospower, please talk to us. Good evening to you, sir.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Go ahead, talk to us.
Yes, I greet everybody in the panel, and I greet all lovers of truth. Yeah. There's something I want to say. I think I watched part of the video whereby our president, Mr. Peter Obi, said concerning the mandates. You know, sometimes when I see the way Rise interview the Labour Party personnel, I don't know what they are up to. And I just know that whether they like it or not, our mandate will be reclaimed by the grace of God, because it's not only Peter Obi, it's the whole meaningful Nigerians that they are standing tall, watching on the judiciary. I want to use this medium to tell the judiciary, do the needful, because the future of Nigeria is at stakes. Imagine a man that they are supporting, that nobody can trace his origin. It's so unfortunately that some people will still come out and be siding him. I just pray that it's not got to a point whereby everybody will bite their finger, because no Peter Obi, no Nigeria. Well, I'm just saying this basic fact. Then concerning Nnamdi Kanu, Mr. Hebis, I want you to know one thing. Everything that Nnamdi Kanu have said concerning this, our satanic government, all of them are played. Is it the what is it called, the PVC? That is not going to count. But they are playing. And I don't know, I've not seen it anywhere whereby we have agitators all over the whole world. We have this guy, Melamin, in South Africa distance. Have they gone and arrest him one day? No, because the guy always fights for the right of the people in South Africa. He's talking about the...
My brother, is straightforward. The reason why satanic Nigerian government is treating the Igbo people like this, because they hate them. It's straightforward. Everybody should know this. This satanic group of people who call themselves leaders or past leaders, they hate the Igbos. The only reason why Peter Obi and you and I is pending today, waiting for us to get our mandate, is because Peter Obi is an Igbo man. If it was someone else, we will not pass through this stress. So the question is, why do these satanic leaders hate the Igbo people so much? It's a question. I'm still waiting for the answer. I don't know.
And it's unfortunate that the Igbo, they're like the Chinese of Nigeria, where if other countries have Igbo around them, they will be so happy.
It's very sad.
It's unfortunate that some people are so dull.
Can't continue to push people.
Somebody will be in abroad, still be believing on these people. I have one of my neighbors that told me that he just entered Kuwait on February. That he immediately entered Kuwait, he forget about Nigerian because he has been warning his parents and his siblings that you people should not go and vote these people. He said immediately after they voted Buhari, he warned them. He said they started apologizing to him.
Okay,
He said it.
Let me ask to Niger. Thank you very much, God's Power. Let's move on. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. To Niger, I'll ask you this now. Are you aware that Tinubu, there are these France doctors that arrived in Nigeria yesterday to come and treat Tinubu here secretly? You know, are you aware?
No, I'm not aware of it. This is the first time I'm hearing it.
Okay. But I'm telling you right now that allegedly, I don't have 100% here, but 99.9%, some doctors flew in from France, you know, yesterday, you know, secretly for Tinubu. So I really want you to speak against what this government is doing rather than you talking about unity. How can you get unison when the people that we are looking up to, they are causing us excruciating suffering and pains every day? This is why you get a lot of attacks, because I've never seen you attack this government. What is happening?
The last time I was here, I was precisely going after them regarding this health tourism. That was the entire topic I was focused on. I was going at them, and I'm against this idea of foreigners coming to treat our leaders. I've always said that, and that is what I'm against. I've always been criticizing them. For me, I'm the one questioning. Most people have forgotten it. They are not asking for the list of terrorism that they claim to have had. They are not asking for all the list of people that have stolen our oil. The thing with our people is that they don't focus on the things that truly matter. In the end, when I say we should unite, it's unite against them, not unite with them.
No,
unite
but that's what Nigerians is doing now. They are uniting against them. And
but the problem, the reason why I'm calling some people out is that the only thing they would say they are united, but they're attacking one side of the country where they are uniting. How is that going to work? You can't say you want to unite against these people that are doing all this damage, but you are attacking people that are suffering on the other side of the fence. That is not how you unite. The way you unite is you come together with everybody that are suffering like you, and you go after them. And that is what someone like Peter Obi is preaching even. Peter Obi talks about it all the time, that the road that you pave is the only Muslim that drives on it. You have to understand that we are all in this mess all together. We cannot keep talking in our own sectional ways. And Niger Watch, you need to pay attention to people. Some people, they only side with this movement only because it favors their group. That is all. That's where it ends. They don't care about...
Niger Watch do not favor any group. That's a big lie. He does not favor any group.
No.
It's an open platform.
Some people, no, not him. I say some people here, you need to learn to read between the lines. So the only reason why
his platform does not favor any group. Don't say that, sir.
Let me show you how you can tell those people. The way they do it is that they will criticize the government and criticize one section of the country at the same time.
Why don't you mention Deborah's death and the wickedness? Why? Why are you running for me?
I condemn that. Is that not what I criticize them for all the time? That why is it that they go to the northern African countries? Okay, let me stop. Sorry.
Why is Buhari going to Niger Republic?
Please.
I criticize them all the time.
Tunaja, thank you. Please, I have Amoye on the phone. Thank you very much. Good evening to you, Amoye. Go ahead, talk to us.
Good evening, Mr. Elvis. Thank you very much for your consistency. More strength, more courage to you. May you be, as you are refreshing everyone, every truth teller that's standing tall in Nigeria and in the diaspora for Nigeria, for one Nigeria and for the betterment of Nigeria. So also will you always have people to stand up for you at every turn in your life and in the lives of your children and your descendants here to
Amen.
Having said that,
thank you so much.
You asked a question, why do they hate the Igbos so much? It's a very simple answer. The reason why they hate the Igbos so much, and I wouldn't say it's jealous, really, not hatred, because they cannot be them. They cannot be like the Igbos. They cannot. The Igbos are better in every way. The Igbos are more Nigerian than Nigerians themselves. You will find an Igbo man in the East. Forget about the East, that's where they come from. You find an Igbo man in every tribe in Nigeria. They are the ones carrying the economy of Nigeria. Why would they not be jealous of them? When they say the Igbos are like the Jews, yes, they are. Those people are some of the most powerful tribe. Nigerians don't appreciate how powerful the Igbo tribe is. If they knew and understood how powerful they are, we will not be where we are today. We would be far from where we are. That is why your leaders are jealous of them, because they can never be them. If you go back and play the video of Amadou Bello, I believe that he was given to a British man, British reporter. He said the Igbos like to be ahead of everything. Bikono. Let me speak Igbo. Bikono, as they say. An Igbo, a human being wants to operate at the highest possible height, given the opportunity. The Igbo man understands his purpose, and he will walk his way to the very top, regardless of what comes against him. Why would they not be jealous of a people like that? As Nigerians, I say, stand if you believe in the truth. If you believe in new Nigeria, stand behind your Igbo brothers and sisters with your chest up and your head up. To hell with anyone who thinks that it's going to be like it was before. It is not. Guess what? I agree that we should create a parallel government if these people not let us see road. Let the people who want the lives of Agbado, evil politicians, let them go with them. Let us who stand for the truth, we go with the truth tellers, with people that will stand up for us. I watched that interview of Peter the Rock Obi. My faith is renewed. If Peter Obi, now Peter Obi face me, they always look. If Peter Obi does not give up, I not get excuse. I think back, like Iroko tree, immovable. We go ahead with him. To hell with anybody else. This is why they are jealous of the Igbos. And that jealousy, I go kill all of them. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you, Omoye. Thank you. God bless you. Okay.
Elvis, I want to say one thing or the other too.
I have somebody here, sir. One. No, I'll come to you. We have one person left, which
no problem. It's okay.
Okay. Mr. Steve Gospel, thank you very much for your patience. I would like to hear from you.
Yeah, good evening, my brother.
Thank you, sir. Talk to us.
Yeah, the problem we have in Nigeria, if you see Nnamdi Kanu understand Nigeria very well, and you know what Nigeria are passing through. So if you see before this election, Nnamdi Kanu have been attacking Buhari. He know what Buhari can do, and he know the plan of Buhari. That was the reason why they kept Nnamdi Kanu in the prison. That was the reason why they don't want to release that man. And I pray that God should touch the heart of Buhari to release Nnamdi Kanu. If this man, Agbado, come in as a president, which all of us pray that he should not come in. If that man come in as a president, they are going to kill that man in the prison. We just pray for God to touch the heart of Buhari to release Nnamdi Kanu. And secondly, it is God, Obi is a God sent to Nigeria. We should pray that God should make everything possible for that man to come in as a president. If that man come in as a president, I believe Nigeria will return back to normal. Because all what they know, all the president that used to come to Nigeria, what they know is just a selfish interest. It's about them and their family. All what they know is just to come there, collect, thief the money, and come and dump it in Europe here. And look how greedy they are. Money they will take from Nigeria, even their great generation cannot even finish that money. But yet, all what they know is just come in, remove the money and come and dump it here, remove the money and come and dump it here, and all the money they will say they borrowed, the money they borrowed, they will share the money among themselves. But people are living in Nigeria, they cannot even eat 1 square meal a day. In fact, I don't know what to say about Nigeria. All what we need to know, all what I know is for us to be praying for that country, that God should bring somebody like Peter Obi. That is the only way in Nigeria
All right.
to be peaceful.
Okay.
Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your submission, but one thing I must let you know is that at this particular time, God will not, any prayer we pray is not going to work, because God have left Nigeria a long time ago. He gave us the same power He gave to the United Kingdom and every other good countries where you and I is living today, to repair our country. So we choose to be biased. We choose to be selfish. We choose to accommodate hatred within each other. That's why Nigeria is like this. Don't forget that we have more than 100 or 200 churches in one street in Nigeria. But Nigeria is the worst country in the whole, in fact, on earth.
So, in fact, the thing is that people in Nigeria have a lot. They have a long way to go, because this fight, because even we in Europe, diaspora, we are it's only support we have for them, because those people in Nigeria have to be in the front. Because even as me and you are talking, as someone even drinking palm wine, drinking beer, they don't even care.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for your submission. God bless you, sir.
Please, that music you used to play, you are the player that holds my life. Do you know the person that sang that music?
At the moment, I don't know. I'll do the research and put it on the comment section.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
God bless you. Eh?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Ike, you wanted to say something, so I think it's time for me to go back to the people that have been waiting since. Although it's supposed to be give us a mandate. Go ahead, sir, Mr. Ike, talk to us.
No, give us a mandate can speak. If it's my turn, I can say something.
No, you can take this as your turn, sir.
Okay. What I wanted to say, a kind of an advice to Niger. The emotions that he came here today is based on what transpired between him and CM yesterday at Dr. Damage's platform. You know, he's trying not to be honest to himself. He's trying not to call names. I don't know why you're afraid to call names, but I watched with disdain, and I watched what transpired between you and CM yesterday with, you know, with a lot of regrets, you know. So, you see, nobody's more Nigerian than any other person. And the cry of an Igbo, why most of the time Elvis will know, he might bear me witness here. Most of the time, 95% of in this platform, I don't really want to speak like an Igbo man. I always try to speak like, you know, just like a common Nigerian. But I am wearing the shoe, and I know where it pinches me as an Igbo man. And I know what I passed through in life. And I know what every other Igbo man is passing through in life. But you see, for the fact that an Igbo man is always preaching for peace does not mean an Igbo man is a weak person. You know already that we are not weak people. An Igbo man is not afraid of anybody. You know, so try to understand like what people are telling you. Every time you talk about, you have the mind of Putin. Nigeria is not Soviet Union. I said something yesterday when we are having a have your say yesterday. I was advising all of you, people that are younger, go home, register, become a member of a political party, become a card-carrying member of a political party, contribute your dues. When it is an election, go. If it is councillor, go. If it is local government chairman, go. If it is House of Assembly, be part of it. Let most of you who are still younger that are living in diaspora, who has all the whole ideas in the whole world on how to make Nigeria better, but nobody want to go home. Peter Tosh sang, he has a song. Everybody is crying out for peace. And everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. I don't know how you're going to go to heaven if you don't die. This idea of your nationalism and nationalistic approach of Nigerian situation, I don't know where you're coming from. You see, somebody have asked you a question here again today. Where are you from? Nobody knows where you come from. Almost 99.5% of the people in every platform, everybody know where they come from. Nobody know where you come from in Nigeria. What are you hiding your identity? So my brother, listen, don't think
Tunanja is Abado's first song. You don't know that.
Don't take an Igbo man's, an Igbo man crying for peace and Nigeria to exist together. Don't take it for weaknesses in the side of an Igbo man. An Igbo man will always rise to be whatever he wants to be. I thank Sister Omoye what he said. What Sister Omoye said was exactly what I wanted to say about God bless her soul. Because I'm an Igbo man. I came to this island. When I came here, Nigerians has come here and left. But I came here. I'm an Igbo man. They said, oh, what are you doing here? You will die here. But I came here. God established me. I have a home. I have my house. I am an Igbo man. Those who came before me, they ran away from here. That is a gift. It's not magic. There is nowhere an Igbo man would never survive. President Bill Clinton of America said that anywhere you go in the world, you don't see a Nigerian, run away from that country. Run away from that because nothing good is going to come out of that place. He's talking about the Igbos. So please, have respect for Nnamdi Kanu because you don't know him. You don't know who Nnamdi Kanu said. A lot of people who are testifying here, every prophecy Nnamdi Kanu has been making since Buhari came to power, 90% of them has come to pass, and they are still passing. Don't you know why they pick him up? Because Nigerian government is surprised where this man get the security information that he had about.
Exactly. Thank you, sir. Exactly.
They are surprised where this man were able to get this secret information concerning Nigeria. How could this young man be able to have so much information concerning a state called Nigeria? That is the only offense of Nnamdi Kanu. So please, my dear, I don't want, ask Elvis, I've never brought about Igbo or Biafra into this platform, which I would never. But whenever you're talking about an Igbo man, remember I am an Igbo man. And I have blood running in my vein. I think I said it here last time. My daughter came to the island for holidays. She's supposed to go to Nigeria. Why did she not go to Nigeria? Nigeria was supposed to be her home, where she's supposed to go and spend her vacation.
Okay, sir.
So what am I trying to say? Please, we should always try to remember Nigeria is for all of us. And the only way that we can change it is for us to recognize the pain of everybody.
Oh, you are muted.
Okay.
Your last statement, we didn't hear it, or you were muted. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. No, what I'm trying to say is that, please, let us be mindful of, talking about people who has faced civil war. I was young, but I saw it. So please, let's try to know why an Igbo man go through what he go through in Nigeria.
Thank you, sir. God bless you too. Thank you. We have a caller. Madam Joy, thanks for calling in. Please talk to us. Good evening to you.
Hello, my people, Niger Watch family, Mr. Alex, everybody, all protocols observed. I just want to, chip in a little bit and say something. First of all, I listened to our principal Mr. Peter Obi. The speech was excellent. They grilled him, but everything came out to his favor. He was able to articulately bring all the facts, all the necessary points he needed to, clarify some of the ambiguous allegations and all that. So that was a very good, for me, it's a good interview. He showed a high level of wisdom and intelligence. And that is why all of us are here. We are not here because we don't have anything to do. A lot of us have work, but we want to, everyone here, I believe, a lot of us, I still want to, give out exception for those that, want to bring confusion. But most of us are here because we want a better Nigeria. Most of us are here because we believe that Mr. P2B is going to do a great job, and we are here to bring our little contributions. And I say this, and this is where I stand. If Mr. P2B doesn't get this mandate, which I don't believe he won't get it, I mean, all these we are talking about will be, it will be back to square one. I want to say this to Mr. Niger, please. I'm not attacking you. I'm just making a statement. Please go and find out all, because I haven't really heard you. This is the first time I'm going to talk to one of us here directly. I have never heard you say anything or condemn APC, Abado. This is a man that all over across the nation, there are so many allegations about him. I've never heard you mention. Please, a lot of Nigerians are traumatized. Real Nigerians, true Nigerians are traumatized. True Nigerians are hurting. A lot are going through depression. In fact, a lot are going through PTSD. And if you have anything good to do for the Igbos, please go and find out how they can give the Igbos their autonomy. They don't mind getting away from Nigeria. They will be fine. Let me tell you, there was a time when they gave them 20 pounds, some got nothing. People had millions of Nigerian money then. They didn't give it to them. They survived. There is nowhere Igbos will not survive. I bet you. So don't stop attacking Igbos. They are not your mates. They are not you. Please let everybody, all tribes. I respect everybody in Nigeria. And Nigeria, we have this great love for our nation. We want it to work. But if you're here to attacking the tribes, please go away. Nigeria is gonna be okay. I don't know if I have said too much, but so that I don't digress. Yes.
That's fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for allowing me to talk. Yeah.
That's fine. Thanks for calling in. God bless you.
Okay. See, now they are beginning to twist it right in front of you that I attacked Igbos. Did I attack Igbos here?
What do you mean in front of you? Is it not your responsibility to respond to anybody? Am I here
but
to
they are saying that I said something.
I'm not speaking.
I didn't say.
I'm not here to speak for anybody. You are there. If you were not here, it's a different thing. My duty is to make sure nobody insult anybody. I'm not here to interject for anybody. I don't do that here. You are there. When it gets to your turn, anybody who attack you wrongly, then you are right there. You are even alive to correct it. That's what it means.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Who's talking?
That's how they like to malign people.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Stuff he didn't say.
Can I ask a question, please?
Hold on, Tunaja, please. Tunaja, the best thing you do right now, bullet point all the areas you need to address when it gets to your turn. That Igbo boy, thank you very much for joining us. Talk to us. Go ahead with what you wanted to say.
My first question is to Tunaja. Tunaja, please, what part of Nigeria are you from?
Can you imagine? This one, gingerbread man. Go ahead.
Now, gingerbread man. But Tunaja, where you come from? Tell me.
I'm from Nigeria.
No.
We are from Nigeria.
That's not good enough for you.
Proud of where you come from.
I'm a Nigerian. That should be good enough. To be
It's
fair,
not
that's exactly my own point.
Niger is from Zimbabwe.
Yes, I agree.
Maybe I will pack out and go there and leave. Like this world is going. See, I am against the government as much as everyone else. Maybe because I care more about Nigerians than I hate these people. That's why my focus is on Nigerians.
But Nigeria, you are oblivious to the sufferings, the daily sufferings of Nigerians. You don't care about that.
What
You
do
don't
you
talk
mean I
about
don't
the
care about the suffering?
you don't care about the prices of foodstuff at the market. You don't care about the naira to dollar problem. You don't care about the insecurity. You don't care about the killing of Deborah. You don't care about all the money they steal and take abroad. You don't talk about this. These are the real things we want to hear. That is what we are going through, non-nationalistic issues. Please.
Every single thing I've said, I've criticized all those things you've talked about. Then
You don't, sir.
survival. You want us to focus on narrow issues when our very survival is at risk.
What is narrow about Nigerian man is hungry? What is narrow about Nigerian man is hungry? What is narrow about insecurity? What is narrow about the courts free Nnamdi Kanu and they are still holding him hostage? That Buhari said is going to Niger. A president says he's going to Niger. Is that not a treason? After his tenure is over? When his immunity dies, is he not supposed to be investigated?
See, I'm not concerned about the ones that are going to Europe. See, the ones that have our blood on their teeth, that still are bleeding us today, I'm not concerned about that. So maybe
everybody in Buhari's government should be arrested after May 29. Buhari and all his ministers, everybody who served with him should be arrested immediately.
Okay.
I don't know how you guys don't have memory. Just if you see, Alex, if you want to think, just put yourself in the shoes of your forefathers. What they went through. You are from Benin, isn't it? What
my forefathers will be happy that I'm speaking of.
What Obasanjo went through, then you think about his true enemies. Then you understand.
Okay. Hold on, my people. Thank you. Give us a mandate. Are you there with us? Please talk to us.
No. Naija watch. How far now? Why won't I lie me like that?
Okay, all right. Okay, give us a mandate. Please hold on. This is just joining us. Okay,
Yeah. Please, I don't talk too much. Naija, let me tell you something. It's not good to be controversial. You see, when all fingers are pointing at you, you should go and look yourself at the mirror and ask yourself why. Everybody is accusing Agbado with one problem or the other, and it appears that you are the most controversial person across all platforms. So, my brother, I will really advise you to go and adjust and amend your ways. You cannot even tell us where exactly you come from in Nigeria. You see my name there? I'm Gingerbread Man. I'm that Igbo boy. I'm very, very happy with the interview of Mr. P2B today. You know, that man is a gifted man in terms of responding to questions. You see, Arise News. You see, I see Mr. P2B. You know, this Arise TV, or rather the Nigerian media, they use Mr. P2B to, you know, exercise their franchise, because, you know, they do not have any restriction on terms of when they want to ask questions, because they are not afraid of any consequences from asking Mr. B questions. And they know that he has the capacity and the capability to respond appropriately to those questions. 90% of the kind of questions they ask Mr. P2B, they cannot dare ask other candidates those kind of questions for two reasons: either for fear of their job, or their station will be censored, or they will be reprimanded by their employer. So P2B gives them the opportunity to exercise their franchise, which in terms of doing true inquisitive journalism. So I'm happy with that. It's not that is the Nigeria we want. A Nigeria where the leaders will be held accountable to the people, and the press is usually the voice of the people. So P2B has already started setting the standard in terms of that dimension. So every response he gave to those questions were all on point. I thank him for clarifying the air. He was not arrested. He was only possibly, in my own word now, detained to clarify an issue whereby they identify somebody using a duplicate identity of his. And according to his word, he was given a VIP treatment. So I think that put a rest to that issue. With regards to I was not here. I don't know much of the topic you guys are talking about, but I came in because I wanted to let Tunaja know that Tunaja, I'm that Igbo boy, and if you can hit your hand on your chest, tell me where you are from in Nigeria. Thank you.
If I tell you I'm an evil boy, would that make you happier?
My brother,
Okay.
Yeah. See, come on. See, we are all
Chineke ga-azọpụta gị otu Naija. Chineke ga-azọpụta gị. Chineke ga-azọpụta gị mechie ọnụ gị ebe ahụ. Mpịa gị.
Chineke no goes up of anything. I'm telling you.
Okay.
See,
Mpịa gị. Ama onye Igbo. Anambra ọma uze.
I'm just saying that we should be honest with each other. That is not a controversial point.
All right. Okay, thank you.
Oh my God, Alex, so you can speak a bit of Igbo then.
Let's move on. Thank you, my people. To Niger and Alex, if you give them time, they will use 2 hours, they argue. That make me they call them off. You know. Okay, let's move on now to
I think it's my turn, Najawash.
No, it's not your turn at all. Okay. In fact, you don't even supposed to reach your turn. You don't do talks this. You know? Give us a mandate. Are you there?
I'm here. When you are ready for me, you let me know. Are you ready for me?
Yeah, we are ready for you now. Are you ready for us?
Okay.
Or we should go to the next person.
Thank you very much. Before you trade to the man that just showed his face now, because that's how you always pass me and give to the person that is just showing his face now. By the way, now welcome, sir. Dr. CM, we greet you. Even though we're saying all that we're saying here, I will honestly encourage us that we should not take the pain of a section of the country and turn it into either mockery or a stigma to them. It will be unfair. If one section of the country is going through pain, we all are going through pain. And we should understand that there are some people that are bent on dividing the nation. If you don't understand now. They went to Afenifere. When they could not make their way in Afenifere, some Afenifere elders, I'm not abusing them, they said they wanted money and they splitted up Afenifere into two. When they could not get through NLC, they went to NLC, gave some people money because their belly is their God. They divided NSC. When they could not get through LP, they went to LP with money. Because someone like Lamidi Hapa, you see, when Peter Obi was on that interview, they showed Lamidi Hapa. I'm not abusing him, he's an elderly man. But can you imagine that kind of man? Can you imagine the picture that man portrayed on Arise TV? Compare Lamidi Hapa. I mean, Peter Obi is too much to be compared to Lamidi Hapa. Compare Lamidi Hapa to the secretary of LP. How that guy dressed up, how they showed up on national TV. The lady interviewing Lamidi Hapa, they were just making fun of him. Because one, he does not even represent the Yorubas. Not a well-educated, honest Yoruba man would behave that way. Sorry, people, very tattered, his mustache. I mean, he has his cap on his head like a palm wine tapper. That's what they did. So when one part of the country is going through pain, we all are in it together. Because when people are bent on divide, they only believe on divide and rule. And we should not allow that. And so when you are speaking to the Igbo, respect them for who they are. These are nice people. I mean, I live with Igbos for only God knows how long. Adam as neighbor lived with Awusas. Even though we have a different background or culture, we are all one.
And so when you call for unity, how can the nation unite when some people, some wicked and blood-sucking demons took the life of over 88 people in an election? A young boy in Plateau State killed himself because he felt that his destiny is being stolen away. And so we can easily say, oh, what leader? If you're not doing the right thing, you should be called out. Is it too big for, I mean, America went to Sudan with drones, warship. People were working as VIPs to go into America's ship. And I said only Nigeria, see the shenanigan again today, just 1.2 million to go rescue your citizen. The man was asking them, can you calculate for me? And we sit here and talk about this leader like you have, come on. If I'm to ask you, Mr. Niger, if it was you in this pain, how will you feel? Your brother, if your brother is in Nnamdi Kanu, what will you do? Because we can quickly point finger at people. If your brother is in Nnamdi Kanu, what will you do? He has a wife, he has children. If the country is better, we shouldn't be coming here every day to come speak. This man gave his own platform since last year. Is it too much to ask for a good country, for our families back home? Is it too much to ask for a job for our youth? Graduate and now turn to Agberos in Lagos. Is it too much to ask for better health care? That same man that said he built Lagos flew in doctors from France, allegedly. And you have doctors in Nigeria. And he can secretly fly in doctors from a foreign country to come and treat him on taxpayers' money. Whether you live in UK or you live in America, your money is there because you send money to your family. If they go buy things, they have to pay tax. What kind of wickedness? And this man is still bent on saying that he wants to become a president in his own dream. What more? You cannot do it. Peter Obi has been everywhere. He even went to the darkest part of Nigeria. Peter Obi, Charles Anyagu said it. You must have been on several meetings today. He didn't do this. Yeah, he said yes. And Peter Obi, we've not had him say maybe he broke down on one day. Thank God for divine health for him. And somebody just came back from France after 1 month. Now you are flying again into the country, doctors from France, allegedly. Must you do it by force? Leave it alone. Is it by force? I don't understand. Must you rule by force? Now Buhari said if they disturb him in Daura, he will go to Niger. Since you know that your mind is in Niger, why don't you go and rule them in Niger? Now you destroy the country. A general and a pastor, a good fight against Boko Haram, both spiritual and physical. How many have you done? Even the spiritual, you didn't even achieve it. I can send in that picture, Mr. Elvis. Maybe you can show Nigerians what they said in 2015. If one part of the country is suffering, we all are suffering. Our Igbo brothers, they are wonderful souls. If your brother was in Nnamdi Kanu, will you not be shouting at this time? Let's stop these shenanigans and all of this wickedness. No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any other Nigerian. We are all one. The wicked leaders are the ones causing this evil. And it's because some Nigerians, their bellies, their gods. Someone like Lamini Apa, I wonder how Arise even allow him to, they just say, stay in your house and let's interview you. Bringing that kind of man to Arise studio was a disgrace, honestly. And so Yorubas, my Yoruba brothers, the honest ones, if you have not listened to the interview today of Peter Obi on Arise TV, please go and watch the interview.
and then compare Tinubu and Peter Obi and see coherence.
Thank you.
No, I'm not against Tinubu. He's a Yoruba man. Allegedly, he claims he's a Yoruba man. I'm not sure because I've not been able to verify up until now. So I can not even 100% say he's my brother. But I don't hate him. But at this point, we're saying this nation the soul of this nation is dying, and we have a man, the man that speaks to statistics, that speaks to number, that speaks to how the nation can be rescued. He goes about doing good, flying on public flights. You were sick, you went on your private jet. Peter Obi ruled for 8 years. He didn't buy private jets. You stole money to buy private jets. Wicked people. Car.
Okay. Give us our mandate. Thank you. Thank you very much for your submission.
Niger Watch, I'm sorry. Agbado, we don't know his father, his mother, his brother. Is that married from Nigeria at all?
Okay, maybe somebody will answer the question on the panel. I would like to call on Oga CM now.
No, sorry, Mr. Elder. I think his interview that he had with Guardian some years back, I think it was in 1990 something or thereabouts. He only declared his age in that interview, if that age was even real. But then
he said it's 52 then.
Yes, sir. But if I
1998, then 25 years later, he's 71.
But his state of origin was not declared in that interview. Very very wicked.
Okay.
Very wicked people.
Let me quickly thank you, Niger Watch. Good evening, everybody. So I phoned before, but quickly, yes, I will comment on the interview. In fact, I'm so happy, and like I told you earlier, please make sure you keep this interview. Let it be your national anthem. Why I'm saying this is that I know sometimes you come here, you feel not under the weather because you are healthy, but you feel a bit down, in terms of psychologically because of some dirty headlines, which P2B cleared today. So, in fact, I'm going to listen to it because the guy really debunked a lot of rubbish. Imagine Asare Dokobo saying P2B is a citizen of Solomon Islands. One tiny dot in the middle of the Pacific. I just Googled it to find out. P2B said, I don't even know where the thing is. Can you imagine Asare Dokobo, a compound illiterate like that? He couldn't complete a university education despite boasting from here to here. Then look at what he said. Asare of look at. So that is to tell you the level, how evil these people are. Then secondly, we all heard what P2B said about UK detention. He was deported. He was detained. That's Abike Dabiri helped. Look at the what is it called? The photoshopping they did. Peter said it was only about 15 minutes. He was on the queue like everybody. They said, okay, let's cross check. They went and come back, and then he left. That's all. And then and the most important thing, I know he will release it. He said British government wrote a letter to him to explain. Do you know what that means? And yet, Agbado will be talking all these things. You see, it pains me that most people do not, the hatred some people may have may becloud their sense of reasoning. It's not like that. It's not like that. If I'm to continue speaking on P2B's character, I think we won't live here. But I know that every day people are showing, if he has any opportunity of interview, the way he speaks, I can't love him more than other people love him. I can't take him serious much more than other people must have taken him. So the guy is the man of the moment, and that is the person we need. The interview is very, very revealing. Okay, look at what he said about Lai Mohammed. Lai Mohammed has to go to Washington to tell them P2B treason or this or that. From there, he went to London to say it. Peter said, I'm at Onisha. Tell EFCC to come and detect me up that I'm treason. Why are you going to tell them? Wasting, and that's what I said one time. Wasting taxpayers' money to go and enter maybe first class flight, waste it to London and Washington and come back. That's what rascality P2B is talking. That could have been used to fix one or two things. That tells you the type of person he is. But all those things, I wish Nigerians would just listen. However, let me now speak a bit of this Sudanese issue because it's also a terrible shame Nigerians, I think I saw one video clip earlier today. They are talking of 1.2 million. Oh, yeah, multiply 130 by, is it 30? 390. Multiply this. Remember, is this? It's a shame. Now, the way I want to approach it is this. This 1.2 million is just from Khartoum or anywhere in Sudan to the border with Egypt. That's what this money is for. To ferry them in a bus. This is the contribution of federal government of Nigeria. This is the contribution of federal government of Nigeria just to carry them from Sudan by road, bring them to Egypt. Another single person, the people they are marginalizing and treating as if they are shit, volunteered free of charge to take them from Egypt to Nigeria. Free! Waiting, say just bring them over there, we carry them. Free of charge. Nobody is considering that. Now, if you are the person doing something free of charge, to start from you have to take them from B to C. That is free of charge. But somebody, you are waiting for the people to bring them from A to B and they're haggling over money, disgracing themselves. It means that maybe you doing it free of charge is like you are stupid. They are sort of hide this money, take this money, because a typical Nigerian. But somebody will carry it free. Somebody will then complete the journey free and is waiting, free of charge. You don't need to pay. Where is Nigerian Air Force with their fighter jet? Where are our military with all their jet? Presidential fleet is lying up in Abuja. Can't Tinubu donate one of his aircraft, the one that, according to Bode George, that can fly from Lagos to New York non-stop? Can't Tinubu, as a president with a so-called INEC select, can't he do it? People should tell him, say, why not play this role to show, even before you go, why can't he do it? And he has a jet. All those wicked them talking about negotiating for ministerial posts, where are they? This is the critical time. And the somebody who they will call IPOB, a terrorist, he's following in Nnamdi Kanu, he's sympathizing. That is the person carrying them free. And they've forgotten. They will not climb the plane, forgotten to say, oh, no, I won't climb. It's IPOB, somebody, is this. Can you see it? You see, this is exactly sometimes when you analyze things like this, you shake your head. But then, what do? You never know. In our place, that's why it's on the Igbos will say, you don't tell an old woman to sit properly because you do not know the direction from which she takes in fresh air. Otherwise, what is Allen Onyema doing all this? Only God knows. So I will leave it to him. Now, look at the mess Nigeria is now. None of them, not even our military, could go on a rescue. Yet, if you go between Nnewi to Onitsha, Enugu to Oka to Onitsha, you see military everywhere in the southeast. Just holding gun, cocked gun under the sun. What are they doing? Yet, there is something that a military of different countries are doing. They won't do it. Anyway, it's a shame. But well, I'm only have to say so that some Nigerians, we have to add it to our knowledge, this analysis we are doing. Otherwise, when people say Nigeria is not worth dying for, I don't know what they mean. But an example like this, I'm not the person to decide. But when people reason this way, they have to put two and two together and come out and arrive at a conclusion. Now, the next thing one can also point out is this. You see, on this issue of Nnamdi Kanu, what people should understand, there's a man called Bruce Fein, because the case is before even American society, they know about it. The man called Bruce Fein was the former associate deputy attorney general of US, 1981 to 82, under the President Ronald Reagan administration. Bruce Fein came to Abuja when they were doing all this amend charge, put charge, amend 15, from 15 to 10, from 10 to 14, 14 to 9, all those nonsense. The guy was telling them that he is here to see the real thing, why the interest the world had in Nnamdi Kanu trial. It's not because of all these things he made. Nnamdi Kanu said the man dead, Buhari has died. That is the number one charge they should have put in. Let Nnamdi Kanu prove it, but they don't want it. That's why they are holding him. Nnamdi Kanu said boldly that Buhari died on 27 January 2017. He was flown from Nigeria when he collapsed at Aso Rock. Stopped over at Morocco. They have to take borrow oxygen cylinder because Nigeria has, I mean, the flight taking them, the jet taking them didn't have it. They landed in London on the 17th of January. 10 days later, he died. When they operated his brain because of the pressure, he couldn't make it. He died. From there, they took him to Saudi Arabia. Aisha went. All those things surrounding. He said he will prove it. Now they cannot challenge British BBC. There's an interview to that. He said, jail me, do anything you want with me. If they can prove that that man there is Buhari. The Israelis know. Now they cannot stay in Israel. The Israeli intelligence know. So all these things, they're just holding him, just nothing, doing all the hold it for what? By the way, why did they rendition him? Because you see,
Mr. CM, sorry, a journalist also said it, but the journalist disappeared in Nigeria, allegedly.
Because they have to kill him. It's happened. You see, there are evidence. There are. So the thing is this: when they now said, why should you rendition somebody? You see, the thing about Nigeria is that I hate. If you want to believe, there is not what makes a country a country. It's not really the human being also. It's the rule of law that makes it. That is what is it. They said law and society. Foundation law, face year, semester 1 or semester 2. Law and society. You must study it in Nigeria. In Nigerian LLB, they say law and society. What makes society is the law. Without law, society is a jungle. It's the law that makes the thing. So how can you now, a society that is not organized on law, it can work. It cannot work. No matter the type of offense I may commit in UK, if you want to arrest me, as long as I complied, you don't need to slap me. In as much as I did not resist arrest, you tell me walk out, you can never slap me. You must wear your body camera because that is an assault. You don't do it. So far, the person cooperated with you. You go. In this case, why didn't they apply for extradition? Britain and the Kanu is a British citizen. Kenya is part of Commonwealth. Britain is part of Commonwealth. Kenya is part of AU. You know, you have to, just all you need to do is that with your crude oil or the way they do their corruption in Nigeria, you can bribe anybody all over. They say, track him. When you get a country, say, look, we need you. That was how they got Hush Puppy. Ibori left Nigeria when he handed over governor of Delta State and went to UAE. It was from there Britain extradited him, said they need him here. And the police in UAE arrested him, prepared this thing, and then brought him here. Britain didn't go there to go and forcefully take him. Why didn't Nigeria do it? Or is it because when it concerns Igbo man, everybody will just forget about that and then start to talk about he should be held, he should be held. You cannot construct legality on a foundation of illegality. Any law student will tell you there's a man they call Lord Dennings. He said you can't put something on nothing and they expect it to stand. How can you rendition on Nnamdi and you start to say, hey, let's go to court? Return him to Kenya and they apply. If we now comes in, that is how you don't commit a crime in the course of enforcing a law. You don't do that. You can't. If I do something and police want to arrest me and they came to my house and murder, then they have to leave that one first and then I charge them for what? For say because they didn't send you for that. So, but all these things when it comes to Nnamdi Kanu case, everybody, those that hate him or maybe by extension, the Igbo say, hey, yeah, he detain him for what? Detain him for what? The judge, people trying him, even some of them they're not even Igbo judges. They said, discharge him, let him go and enjoy his freedom. They said no. Now, federal government is applying for stay of execution. Execution means that freedom you want to enjoy. We want to withhold the freedom first. For what? A citizen of your country. And the court said, let him go. Who is higher than the court? Thomas Jefferson said that two things that makes a democracy is free press and the rule of law. When the government is afraid of the citizens, that is pure democracy. But when the citizens are afraid of the government, that is anarchy. That is dictatorship. That's what we have. So when this type of thing happens, that's when you want to forget about this. Return him, apply for extradition. You can get him. He's only a person. Nigeria has links all over what are the ambassadors for? You track him where he says, okay, yes, I've signed. At most, you sign with all the AU so that any country he gets into, they will radio you. The police of the country will say, look, we had a tradition, we want to take you. That's all. Then gently he will sit on a plane like a gentleman, maybe dress. If he's having a drink, he have a drink. By the time he comes, then not to tie him. Look at the way you did him, and you see, you feel that reasonable people like us will keep quiet. That's why we are annoyed. Okay, release him. No way. Even when the court says so, and then people will come and then justify illegality. How can you do that? How can people do that? Do we have conscience? What type of country are we building? By the way, Abba Kyari, America needed Abba Kyari, a top police officer in Nigeria. What happened? They applied for, that is what you mean by American democracy. They said, give him to us through Attorney General Malami. It was, we read it in the news, and they were preparing. America could have flew in their jet overnight and take him. Say, after all, it's a shithole country, like Trump said. They didn't. But because Buhari did it, then some apologies will just come and be, how do you justify illegality? In fact, let me say it. Whoever supports evil, may evil visit his generation unborn, including him. Whatever I wish another person, let that thing come to me first before it gets to the person I wish. If I wish you good, let that good come to me first before getting to you. If I wish you evil, let that evil come to me before getting to, or let it not even get to you. So how can this type of thing be? And then we are talking of a free society. People are laughing at Nigeria. How can you rendition some? What type of, do you have laws at all? Democracy means rule of law. What the court says, that's all. They said it is better you allow a criminal to go free than to punish an innocent. It's a maxim in law. Oh, that guy is a criminal, but let him go. But this one is innocent, don't ever punish him. That is the issue. But we don't see it that way. That's what P2B is coming to do. As per some of us, we've given up on Nigeria and I'm not alone. But when we saw P2B coming out, let me just round on this. When we saw P2B coming out, we were sort of saying, look, he can't walk because we know Nigerians hate us. Nobody will even vote for Iboma. He said, look, but you see, those people, Niger Delta, everybody carry on for head. Even Afenifere made a pronouncement. Afenifere, Paya Debenjo, people were shocked. Say, well, okay, since everybody wanted him, so who are we to say no? Let's join the bandwagon and get him over the line. After all, they know he want to do everything for everybody. Then that is where we are now. If they deny P2B opportunity to repair Nigeria, to take over, we are saying it. P2B is Nigeria's last chance. I've been saying it since last year. So when it happens, so people do say, I changed my mind. I'm not interested in anything Nigeria if this man didn't get in. Thank you.
Thank you, Augustine. Thank you very much. Okay, I'd like to quickly hear from okay, this time now is to Niger. To Niger, please talk to us.
Thank you. Let me just read this chapter out about.
But Niger Watch is me before him before.
Yeah, it's you before him, but I want you to talk after him.
Thank you. It says, yes, Igbos faced discrimination and suspicion in the war, similar to other ethnic groups in Nigeria, such as the Yorubas during the war, and the outbreak of war with Igbos in Nigeria led to waves of anti-Igbo sentiment in Nigeria, fueled by propaganda that portrayed Igbos as ruthless and inhuman enemies. Igbos were subject to surveillance, internment, and restrictions on their civil liberties, such as prohibition in speaking Igbo, practicing Igbo cultural traditions. Igbo schools and newspapers were closed. Igbo organizations were closely monitored by the government. Additionally, Igbos were sometimes the target of vigilante violence and harassment by other Nigerians who suspected them of being disloyal to the nation. Some Igbos were even forced to change their names to hide their ethnicity and to avoid discrimination and persecution. So what I just read just now, if you convert that from Igbo and you change that to German Americans, that's what happened to German Americans. Is it so dissimilar to what happened to the Igbos in Nigeria? That is what we don't seem to understand. And when we run to these people, we act as if they are greater than great. They are not. They are just the same people. Human beings behave this way. What I just read just now is this is a description of what happened to the German Americans. What happened to the Chinese was even worse. The Japanese in America was even worse. These are in democracies that all these things happened. All I'm saying is that there is a reason why in medicine they ask family members not to operate on family members. It's not because they don't think you are not a qualified person, because they think you will lose objectivity. I will do the same thing too. That is why you sometimes have to listen to other people that may be more objective than you. And how do you know that? If they don't mean you any harm. They too, I'm here. I complain more about the officers, 4 officers that died the other day, about 3-4 days ago in Imo State, than many people that claim to support Igbo people here. I complain more about their lives. How is that happening? Because objectivity has been lost. We have to be objective. When I say I mean well for our people, I mean well for all our people. When people criticize one side and leave the other side, you're just doing the same thing that leads to the same vicious cycle over and over again. It's very, very simple analogy. The argument I was having yesterday was about seeing the other side, and the other side was completely dismissed. I was like, how can we keep doing this? And I got so upset about it. I literally got emotional about it. And sometimes I really do get emotional about stuff when it concerns illogical thinking within our community, because when I see it, it's like, why? Like some people here, how can you not, if you read the history of Obaronwe, a king that died in Calabar because of somebody did that to him, and we run to them again. For me, logic, I don't break logic. Once logic stands on its own, my decision follows it. When you use your feelings and forget about logic, then you are going to pay eventually for it, because in the cold light of day, logic will still stand there waiting, looking at you. Because those people that did those things to your forefathers, if you forget it, you're going to live to regret it, and your forefathers will be rolling their grave while you are busy fooling yourself around and forgetting your history. You have to use your tongue to count the number of teeth in your mouth. If you want your people to do well, how can being honest with each other be a bad thing? How can it possibly be? It only makes us stronger. That's all I'm asking for. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Alex, please talk to us. Thank you. Before that, hold on. Dr. Alexander Gomez, thank you very much for the super chat. God bless you. Deborah Erohide, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate you. Amazing Grace USA, thank you. Sammy Gilmede, thank you. C. Taylor, thank you. Joshua Ogbori, thank you very much. Freedom Simple once again, and Lady Gina, thank you very much. And Jerry said Obasoan, thank you very much. Madam, I really do appreciate. God bless every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. What will happen, Mr. Alex? I think I'm going to leave the screen for you guys, because the way it's going right now, it looks like you guys still want to talk. I'll leave it when you guys are.
And let me just quickly say this. I don't, like you gave me some space, I don't understand why people refuse to address a president just finished ruling is going to Niger Republic. I don't understand. Why are we shying from the truth that he has looted the country dry? He has killed people allegedly or visibly, we have evidence. He has destroyed the country. His identity is in question. And we just talk about nationalism to blindfold ourselves. You can fool other people, not me. Even if your brother is a senator. My friend, my own schoolmate just won under Labour Party. My cousin also won under Labour Party recently. One won House of Rep. One won something else. So, brothers and sisters, Niger is a platform that speaks about the truth. A president, look at the part of the topics. He's going to Niger Republic. Why? Who is in Niger Republic? A whole president. Can he subject himself to a life detective test? That is really the Buhari of 2017. Why were they changing the keys in Aso Rock when he came from London? Why were his fingerprints no longer opening the doors in Aso Rock? Why did he run out of Aso Rock claiming that rats and rodents pursued him in 2017 when he came back from London? Why was Nnamdi Kanu really arrested? Why is he not being released? What does Nnamdi Kanu know that they are afraid of? Why are we running away from the killing of Deborah? Why are we running away from the slaughtering of citizens for the past 3 to 5 years by the same president that is asking for forgiveness? Are you kidding me? Before you ask me for forgiveness, what is your sin? What is your sin? The borrowing of money, the killing of people, the importation of bandits with 6 million AK-47s, killing people nationwide? Why are you giving me theories when I'm hungry, when I don't have electricity? Why are you quoting books for me when I don't know where my next meal is coming from? When my friends are leaving the country in search of greener pastures? What is wrong with us? Why are we liars? Why are we hypocrites? Why are we working with killers, the satanic, wicked government who are killing citizens, broad daylight? Where is the justice system? Why are you afraid to mention the genocidal human rights abuses taking place under the Nigerian government? What is your business with white people coming to interfere with our politics? Is that the topic today? Buhari is going to Daura. What is your contribution about that? As a citizen, as a stakeholder? I don't understand. We claim we are educated. We claim we are very exposed. We claim we have knowledge. Our people are hungry. They are starving. And we know the people responsible for this. The British are not responsible making our leaders to steal money and go to England. The British are not responsible for our church massacre. They are not responsible for the Fulani invasion of the farmlands in Benin City. So I don't know. For me, the point is this: our leaders are wicked. We should hold them accountable. I should hold my own senator accountable. I should hold Buhari accountable for saying he's going to Niger Republic. Is he a Nigerian?
Can I interject briefly?
Wait, I did not interject you just now. Just hold on.
All right, Mr. Alex, let me make a transition because I need to leave the screen for you guys. All right, because a lot of people still have interest on this. Thank you very much, everybody, for your time with us. I'm still here. I just wanted to, I'm not changing, I'm not moving anybody out of here, but I just want those of you watching from Niger Watch, I want you to refresh because another broadcast is about to start. Just refresh. As we end this one, you are going to see that it ended on your phone, on your device, on your telly and all that. Refresh. You see that we started again. Join us and let's continue. God bless every one of you. So I'll make this transition straight away. I appreciate every one of you that joined us today. We are still here. We have not stopped. We're only making a transition for a continuous broadcast. Thank you.